What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? Little technical difficulties this morning, or tonight, I should say. I don't know what day it is, what time it is. Anyways, we had some issues. Was trying to get signed on to Underdog, and apparently my computer didn't want me to do that. So I had to make a whole nother account, and yeah, here we are. So this is Midweek Madness. You know it's madness. This is madness. We have the shows a little bit intertwined out of whack this week because we are going to be doing an awesome show for the podium. I mean, if you guys remember, the podium, we used to do podiums on Tuesday, interviews, awesome stuff like that with Pat. Well, Pat, finally got his beauty queen. He finally got the prince of the bride. He got the prom queen. He pulled it off. He got Adam Rank on the show, so we're excited about that. So tomorrow night we'll be doing that at 7 Eastern. But yeah, tonight we're gonna do Underdog Best Ball Draft. We'll get into one of these lobbies. I'll open this up real quick, just so y'all know. Hey, don't be playing with all that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't be playing with stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Just leave it. Goofball.
Right here.
Yeah, just if you want to, you're more than welcome to play. You can bring up all the comments you want. Just leave the screens. I appreciate you.
Right.
Anyways, this is brought to you by the Sports Affiliation. I'm JC. It's C on this side, and we got Pat down here. Yeah, it should be a fun time. We're gonna get into this best ball draft. Obviously, you all know if you've been on Underdog before. It's just one QB. I believe it's 3 wide receiver and 2 running back. I think I have some back feed or something like that. I'm gonna have to get some headphones, y'all, because this is not for how expensive I pay or much I pay for this computer. Not happy. Anyways, let's get to this. Let me pull up this draft. Let me see what we got here.
Anybody else that is looking to play along, draft along with us? Hope you have your Underdog app ready to go.
Yeah, unlike me.
Well, I think we could chalk this one up to Underdog.
That's okay. Can't blame it on anything. Just let it go. All right, so this is Underdog. What's up, Greg? Appreciate talking to you tonight. That was a blast getting to talk to you for the last hour. No, this is your fault. It's my fault.
Hey, Greg, what's up?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to come play, obviously this is a season-long thing, and if you're preparing for, let's say, a redraft league that's coming up, or a home league that's coming up, this is a really good to prep. Getting a best ball league in. I know Iggy also likes to play on DraftKings as well. We'll probably hop on that next time. We just basically, what's nice about Underdog is if there's a league that's already filled, we can kind of or a semi-filled, we can just kind of jump in and fill it. And I know Iggy likes doing that because, if we get a couple of us in there, we can get more of a guarantee to at least one of us take a win home. So next time, if we want to get on and do something with a full 12 people, we can get one going on DraftKings. But yeah, let's kind of get into this. What do you think, C? What do we got? Which one of these looks really good to you? We can do a $3 or a $5. Like I said, if you got your Underdog apps open, just be paying attention to what room we jump into. So that you can jump in with us. That's kind of how Underdog works. So get your Underdog apps open. What do we see here?
I think our best bet would be to just get into the 12 one right now. 12-person draft.
Well, which one?
For $5. No?
Which one? So anyone that has that clock on it means it's going to be.
Oh, how about this one? $3 entry, 7 out of 12. $3 entry, 7 of 12 filled.
This is 3 of 12 right here. $5. You said
there's one for $3 entry, 7 out of 12 are in.
That one is an 8-hour clock.
No, not that one.
Oh, the one in the end? That says 2 out of 12. Let me see if I can reset this.
12-person. It's got that purple, right?
Yeah. The purple one means it's an instant clock. I don't know what that even means.
Oh,
it says pick clock instant. So I'm not sure what that means. It means maybe you have to have all your stuff ready to go.
All right, so you want to skip that one.
Yeah, I don't think that is what we want.
All right, so let's
the best bet might be this one right here, which is 6 of 12. So $5. So this is what we're gonna jump into right here. If anybody sees this, there's a 12 person. You should just see the football and then the best ball right here. Jump into this one.
6 out of 12.
See this? It's 6 out of 12 under the $5 bets. Or under
I'm
the $5.
ready. I'm ready to go if you are.
I'll jump in too. So this is the one we're playing, everybody. It should be under $5 drafts. If you're in here, you go to football, right? Go to NFL. All these should pop up. You should be under best ball. Make sure you're under best ball. And then there should be a spot that says $5 drafts. We're going to jump into this spot that says 54.
All right. Draft starts in.
I see 2 fat guys in here. Who else is in here?
I got the first.
I don't know. We filled. It's filled though. I'll tell you that much.
First pick.
Shoot. Let me. Oh shoot. Where are we at? How do I get back to that?
I'm in with 2 fat guys. JC Money. All right, we're good here. First pick in the draft. It's about time. All season of drafting. It's the first time I got the first pick.
So you got the first pick. Let's see here. Who all got in here? Let us know if you got in. I'm at the 8th pick. 2 fat guys at the 6th pick. Should be pretty interesting. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is half point PPR too.
It doesn't matter to me.
Ooh, we want white or black. I think I like the black. All right, Sieg is on the board. Who's going to win the draft? I mean, it is best ball, so you do definitely have to win the draft. And then a good thing is too, like at the end, kind of grab some people you think that might hit or players that could usually, come in. I know I played in a lot of satellite leagues, or I think they're called reflection. I can't remember what they call them in Scott Fish this year, but the last few years they call them satellite leagues.
They're satellite leagues this season.
It's all right, Greg. We might do a couple of other ones. We might do a DraftKings one so we can fill it up, and I'll just set it up in beforehand, like a couple of days beforehand. We'll fill it, and we'll just do I don't know, $5 or whatever. It's just these best ball ones are kind of fun because even if it's only for $5, like you don't win a lot, but it's more for like bragging rights, talking, having some fun. I mean, that's what I like. When you get into a big expensive league, that's for like, I don't know, that takes a lot of time. So the more money that's involved, I feel like the more time you have to put into that league. I don't play in a lot of free leagues unless it's a charity league, because with a charity league too, you're still trying to win. But it's just a free league. A lot of people, I mean, especially with trading and stuff like that in free leagues, no way am I getting into a free dynasty league. Nobody really takes those seriously.
I'm in one, and I regret being in it now.
I'll take Travis Kelce at 8. I'll tell you that much. So this is how it started. Dang it. I don't like that it does that. So Sieg took Jamar, still with Burrow down.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I think Joe Burrow is not going to play week 1. I think he's going to play week 1.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about this. To me, that injury looked more serious than they're saying. It looked like that affected more of like the Achilles, so a low ankle sprain, or not low ankle sprain, but where the Achilles is on that calf. So the lower calf, how he hobbled up, where it almost looked like he pulled up. That to me looks like it was more involved with the Achilles. And somebody else who had an injury like this that had affected for months was Karl Anthony Towns.
I got my own take on it. Would you like to hear?
Yeah, of course.
Notice that he was wearing that sleeve to start.
So there was an issue before.
Did you pick up on that?
Well, maybe the issue is going to be worse than we think. Then.
He was already wearing a sleeve on this leg, and in the calf area. Now I don't know if it's an Achilles. Sure as hell hope that it's not an Achilles. And if it's just a calf sprain or a calf strain, just like what they are saying, then, let's hopefully that he gets better. But I found it very interesting that he was already wearing a protective sleeve on this part of the leg.
Yeah. Greg says he uses best Underdog to practice last year, and he made more than he paid. So it's a nice thing. So if like I said, if you want to do mock drafts, this is a good way to do mock drafts and somewhat make money at the end of the year. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not a lot of money. It gets you good practice.
Oh, I must be on auto, or let's see. Oh, I don't know. I must have auto picked. Oh well. I'm not. Devonta Adams is not a bad auto pick. I'll tell you that much.
No, it's not a terrible pick in the second round at all. Right?
Okay
that's your second round pick.
Yeah, but I probably would have went with Kelsey or Mahomes just to do the stack. But
now look at this. Now look at this potential screwed up situation that I might be facing coming up. Let's see what happens here. Because I'm making my pick in 8 seconds. All right, so now look at what I'm facing. The option of Jonathan Taylor or Ramondre Stevenson, if I wanted a running back. Now, I mean, if everything was all copacetic in Indianapolis, the no-brainer pick would be Jonathan Taylor, but it's not all copacetic. Everything's all messed up there.
7 seconds.
Did I get him?
Ramondre.
I got him. Oh, I go again. That's right.
Back to back, baby. I think there's a way you can look at people's teams too. Let's see. I think if I just click on your no, it does let me do that on the. It lets me do that on the app. It's too bad.
I'd rather buy this guy. Oh,
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I might. Damn it! Whatever.
Oh, you timed out.
I timed out.
It
happens. It happens.
It's only 30 seconds. That's what this is crazy about too.
That's all right.
No, Mel, we've already started.
The sniper wants to participate.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up, Wendy?
I think there's some. Well, I mean, again, I don't want to speculate, but Underdog's obviously still not available in many states, from what I gather.
Yeah, so Underdog doesn't work for all, which that's kind of sucks, but
yeah, that does suck. I mean, they're leaving money on the table that way, but
for sure. So let's see what Two Fat Guys does here. Come on, Anthony. So he took Mark Andrews. That's a good pick. In the 3rd round, that's a great pick. Okay.
Two Fat Guys usually comes in with a master plan.
Never have a master plan. So here's where I'm going to go. I think that this guy has an opportunity to finish in the top 5 of running backs. I'm going to go with Najee Harris.
I saw a lot of Steelers camp today. Not much Najee talk though.
That's okay.
A lot of George Pickens talk.
Well, camp to me is just. To me, I take that as with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah, you should. And there's definitely a lot of hot air, literally and figuratively. But at the same time, it's good to hear some of these one-on-one interviews as well.
I don't like that you can't click on teams or you can't look at your team or see what your team is. Like, they have all this space here and like.
Well.
Because I know on the app, which now I got to figure out how to try to get to my other one, but I don't want to because I have money on this one.
Are you an old school Wu-Tang Clan fan or a Method Man fan?
Yeah, why?
He was at Jets camp today.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was a Jet fan until now. Yeah, Method Man's excited. Well, New York is excited for this team. It's not every year the Jets are more the talk of the town.
I'm going to go DJ Moore. I think that this kid has an opportunity to do really, really well too. I think a lot of people don't believe in what Justin Fields can do. They don't think that he can throw the ball as much. But if you guys realize, DJ Moore does a lot with less. He doesn't consistently make a lot of catches. I mean, and he can still put over 1,000 yards. So I don't think that he needs that many targets and able to do, what everybody is saying, like, hey, he's going to need to put up this much to do that. No, I don't think that's in this offense. Obviously there's not a super strong running game besides, Fields, right? I mean, we know that Deontay Foreman's there. We know that.
We'll definitely hear more insight on that topic tomorrow, right? I mean, I plan on at least if no one else asks the question, I need to get that question out of rank. Who does he see leading the Chicago Bears backfield? Will it be a timeshare like we think it will be, or will it be 60-40? Who's going to be the clear-cut favorite? I think Khalil Herbert could really, make some noise. If he makes some noise in this camp, he's going to get every opportunity to get the ball out of the gate. Dante Foreman, being a veteran, may have something to say about that.
Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can log into on my computer, on my phone. You're up, by the way.
Yep.
I want to see if I can pull up on my phone. It would just be nice if I could, show what's going on with everyone's teams, but it doesn't allow me to do that, which is not cool. Mike Williams, that's a good pick.
I didn't even make it.
So with Underdog, basically 12 people sign up, and then it just randomizes you and starts the draft. It gives you like a minute before the draft starts, and then that's your prepare time. You get a minute to prepare for your draft, and that's it.
I think that's two fat guys replying to the Chicago Bears running back by committee.
And Greg, I'd definitely like to get a listener league together, and I can just commission it. And I really wanted to do kind of a beginner league if I could do that too. But yeah, a listener league would be pretty sweet.
So have you? I
want to be able to pull up. So I'm going to try to get signed on my phone so then I can kind of talk about people's teams and how they're building it. Because that's so dumb. Like, why wouldn't you? I don't know. Why wouldn't they show, like, who knows?
What do you think of I was going to say the Denver Broncos, but we were just talking about that, Sean Payton, and his comments regarding all the coaches sucked last year and how everything's changed now this season, and then like that comment obviously gets back to Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers now. Comes to Nathaniel Hackett's defense, which I can understand why, and this would just be a huge bulletin board material now, week 5, I believe, when they play each other.
This is crazy, dude. Like, I can't even look at my team.
You can't look at your team. Yeah, well, I mean,
how I'm building
what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I think Patrick's disconnected.
Ooh, I got Lockett in time. I'll take Lockett. Like, I can't even. Let's see who's left at QB.
My work season has finally started to slow down, so I should be able to. Oh, that's good, man.
Show me the team. Like, show me. This is so dumb. I don't approve, Underdog.
Oh.
I do not approve.
You trying to see your team? How about?
I can't even get on my phone because I'm trying to sign under this on my phone, and it's
I can see your team by
it won't
clicking
even
your
let me
name.
sign up on my phone. Like, I can't get on my. I'm very disappointed in this.
Do you want to know your team?
I should be able to look at it on. I should be able to do it online. Like, I don't. I'm very disappointed in.
I've got you with Najee Harris. I got you with Davante Adams, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett, and Travis Kelce. Let's take a look at this wonderful championship squad.
I can't. I'm clicking on all this. Like, I can't click on anything. Like, it doesn't. It's so frustrating.
Try the right click.
I did. Tried everything.
All right.
I disapprove. All right. I'm just going to go with Trevor Lawrence. I'm probably not going to get a stack because I can't see my team. I can't remember who I drafted.
Davante Adams.
I'm not stacking that.
Why not? What's wrong with Jimmy G?
Because I don't think Jimmy G is going to, even though Adams can put up a lot of points, I don't think that's going to affect him. And I don't think it affects Jimmy in a positive way. He'll still get only 18 points, that's not who I'm trying to stack with.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Every time I try to sign in, just because I'm signed in on my computer, it won't let you be on both. I think that was the issue with me trying to sign on to the other one before. I don't approve of that either. Who do we write to about this stuff, huh?
Underdog customer service. I'm stacked with Burrow and Chase, Ramadre, JT, Mike Williams.
I'll let you guys know we won't be doing this again. Doesn't make good content.
Why don't we try going back to sleeper, even if it's for best ball?
Because it doesn't help us any. I mean, it's just a mock draft. This is a mock draft, but it still gives you money. Mock drafts are great, but if you're mocking for nothing, it doesn't really. Honestly, it really doesn't help that much. Kind of. You might over mock yourself,
I'm already at that point.
I'd rather, do a couple strategies and see if they pan out at the end of the year.
I'm already at that point. And anybody who says that they're not.
All right, tell me what my team is, because clearly I can't even see my own team.
Okay. JC, you were Trevor Lawrence, Najee, Davante, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett, Travis Kelce. So 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 quarterback, and a tight end.
I should have waited on quarterbacks. What I should have done. I should have went with Geno. But lesson learned. Kind of. I still forgot. I'm gonna tell you right now. I already forgot what my team was.
Should I say it again?
Yeah, you should.
All righty.
Greg said excuses.
It's Najee Harris and Trevor Lawrence. It's Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, Davante Adams, Travis Kelce.
Ooh, damn! I like that wide receivers.
Core. I didn't even look at the team. That's all from up here, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have this thing called brain fog.
That's all from up here, baby.
All right, so.
But you're up in 1, 2. You're up in 3 picks also.
Yeah, I see that. Trevor, Adams.
Have you caught any Minnesota Vikings news?
Any news from the Vikings?
Yeah.
So.
Do you want me to break it to you, or?
Yeah, sure. If you want to.
I caught a quick video before we got on today from the doc that there might be a little bit of an issue with the rookie running back.
Trey McBride.
And Alexander Madison. There weren't that many details. Wasn't anything like that I could actually like relay back to you that, oh wow, this sounds significant. So yeah, something with Madison, something with McBride.
Yeah, something's wrong with Addison. Yeah, his foot is too heavy on his gas pedal.
No, that's a different story altogether.
Another auto pick that I'm okay with. I wanted a running back, but I like Jahan Dotson. I'm gonna tell you right now. I think that he's gonna outscore Terry. I think Terry's a better NFL player than fantasy player. That's just, yeah, McBride.
I think
that's just my opinion.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't think that the Commanders.
Melissa, we told you that this league had already started. Goofball.
The Commanders aren't going to turn into some sort of offensive juggernaut just because they brought in an offensive coordinator.
So
I'm not buying it.
I think that
I mean, it'd
be just fine. Sam Howell is somebody that a lot of people are not. Here's what a lot of people forget: Sam Howell was going to be he was actually talked about being the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. So when 2022 came, and he said, or when 2021 came, he said, "I'm going to stay in college," and everybody left him. He had 2 running backs that left him, and Javonte Williams and Michael Carter, who were both almost 1,000-yard rushers. Hold on, let me get a pick in.
Yeah, Johan Dotson could very well take over the Commanders' wide receiver group. That just means like, okay, so he's getting more targets, and he's getting more receptions, and he's getting more receiving yards out of the 3. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to amount to anything. I don't think the Commanders are all of a sudden just going to turn into some sort of offensive prowess of the NFC East. They're not. They never have been. Never. They never have been.
They have like 18 running backs now. Yeah, but I just think that Sam Howell is going to make that team turn around. He's pretty damn good. He just fell really far because, North Carolina they didn't have shit, the following year. They didn't have anything to really work with. Like, he just did everything on his own. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, Mel. Wrong draft.
How about this crazy pick?
So Patrick must be in here still somehow, and he's typing, but nobody can see. I think I told. So that's a private chat, so that doesn't text you. You have to be on YouTube to text back to people. Unless you're texting through us. When you text back?
Treylon Burke's not my pick. All right. So speaking of running backs, how about this one? Here, you know what? Just to show you guys that I'm not completely impartial, let's go with a little Antonio Gibson.
Gross.
Guy says that he wants to play wide receiver. Going to catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's going to sit on my bench until a bye week occurs.
Oh, and can't find any recent news on McBride injury.
This was coming from Dr. Jesse Morse. A quick video, one of his like 30-second shorts that he does.
Let me know when I'm up. I'm trying to write this down because I am slow. Oh yeah, I've also got Travis Kelce.
You're up in 1, 2, 3. You got 4 picks.
All right, so my team is Trevor Adams, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett, Jahan Dotson, Najee Harris, James Cook, and Travis Kelce.
There's a lot of James Cook and Damian Harris talk. Not so much on the network, but some back and forth that I was reading on Twitter.
So Damian Harris doesn't like to finish years, so it doesn't even matter.
You're up now.
I see that. So I would go Zach Charbonnet here, but everybody likes to get hurt. I mean, he's only got a shoulder injury, but it just depends on if that's going to be his carrying arm.
Only. I heard this shoulder might be worse than Kenny Walker's groin, which is crazy to me. Crazy.
Dang it. 30-second clock.
It's a crime, actually.
All right, whatever. Michael Thomas. Don't like it, but I was looking at running backs, and I don't like anything there. I don't like anything here. But I need to get some running backs. Najee and James Cook ain't going to cut it.
How do you like Derek Carr was singing Michael Thomas's praises the other day? Singing Michael Thomas.
I'm going to tell you right now.
He looks great. He looks great. What is Derek Carr going to say? Is he going to say he looks terrible?
We also knew that. I mean, Thomas talked about coming back how many times, and it's like, I'm not going to play. Is it really injury, or is it just him not wanting to play?
Could be a little bit of both.
You're right.
It could very well be a little bit of both, and the latter part actually affects the physical. Because if you're really not 100% into it, then like you're half-assing it, and then perhaps your body doesn't do exactly what you're expecting it to do on a football field. But then that this is just crazy psychology speak coming from me. So none of this I actually have any proof of.
Greg loves the 30-second clock.
I hate it.
It's nice when you're not trying to also run a show.
I haven't made one pick since Jamar Chase. I just do this so I could get on the show and I could talk to you guys and we could talk football, and that's about it.
All right, what we got left of running backs? Samaje Perine, I don't know, maybe.
I'll let you run this team. I'll let Melissa run this team. I won't even look at this afterwards.
Well, it's a best ball. You don't have to do anything with it.
I won't. I won't even see if I won, is my point.
I don't even know if I want Brian Robinson, but I guess I'll take him.
Brian Robinson, I got another soundbite from him. Feels much better this year than he did last year. Much better.
Well, I mean, he got shot in the ass last year.
And he came back, and he played on it.
That's something big to recover from,
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Greg.
There's
Greg,
no doubt.
I can't be as prepared. I mean, you already saw that I was late for the show because I couldn't be prepared with the damn underdog. You goofball.
Look, my point being this. All right, when did Brian Robinson stop playing football?
I mean, when did he get hurt?
No. When did their season stop? January, right?
Yeah.
All right, so fast forward 7 months now. Why is this 7 months changed all of a sudden? 7 months being off? Now he feels so much better, and 7 months being away from the game?
I mean, we have a lot of players that play through injury too, right? Like recovery time is going to be nice for a lot of these players. They'll come back and feel a lot better.
All right.
Man, I could have waited on quarterbacks. Crazy.
Oh, here's my guy. Let's go. This one's for Too Fat. Come on, man. I just went to go click.
Another thing you can do is, like, if you can't click it, just hit the star. If you hit the star right next to their name,
at
least if you auto draft, it'll.
I think I got it. I think I got Herbert. Should we go get another tight end?
You're gonna get another tight end?
Why not?
I mean, it's best ball, so you gotta at least have a couple. I like to at least lead the draft with a 2 or 3.
Go get another tight end. Let's go get the dude that's catching balls from Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's what I meant too. Greg. Like not taking hits, you know. I mean, obviously you're still going to be lifting weights, and I mean some players go out and they'll take their vacation or whatever, but a lot of them still go do things like play sports. Like you see Mahomes and stuff. Like a lot of them will play. A lot of these players take up a different sport. Like golf is a big one. I mean, it's nice to still be out playing a sport because it's good for your body to be active all year.
See, Greg likes the Herbert pick. I think he looked pretty good in a limited capacity last season. Limited capacity because we know the real runner there was Fields, and then why am I drawing a blank on the other running back there? It wasn't Khalil Herbert. Who else was running the ball there? Montgomery. All right, so Khalil Herbert, in limited amounts of opportunities, ran pretty well in a limited amount, and I think he's gonna seize the opportunity now. I think that's what's happening. I know a lot of people think Dante Foreman, not me. I don't think so for some reason.
All right, I'm just gonna take shots on running backs now.
You're taking shots now?
Yeah, gotta like Jerick McKinnon, like this guy.
Clearly I thought you were talking maybe tequila or
maybe
Scotch.
A shot. I gotta have a shot, maybe a shot and a half before a game.
I think Dante Foreman gets. Well, why don't I just put the comment up? How about that? I think Dante Foreman gets most of the early down work. Possibly.
Their rookie they got.
Rashawn Johnson. Again,
good too.
Rashawn Johnson, I think, again, he made Doc short today. Rashawn Johnson, man, he didn't have much details on these guys either, but if Doc brought him up, there's got to be something.
I mean, here's the thing. Every single player is going to have some kind of small injury or some kind of thing. It's camp, dude. Yeah. And anything you hear out of camp is going to be either amped up. The stuff you hear about the whole thing with Jameson Williams, like him getting into a fight with another player who was also an undrafted rookie. Like that guy was probably getting into Jameson's face because he was a first-round pick and talking shit. And I bet Jameson didn't like that. So I mean, I don't agree with a lot of this, media stuff, amping shit up. I mean, you're going to see a lot of people on Twitter amping up camp tapes, and they don't even have full pads on yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, take it with a grain of salt because some of these guys can come out and be nothing.
Speaking of pads, a lot of these teams are starting to put on their pads now, though. So that could even amp up or should amp up, actually.
Yeah, I mean, here's another thing, too. I saw somebody post about Jordan Addison, doing this. And like I said, I'm a Vikings guy, and I'm going to be pretty honest about my team. But, Jordan Addison being a great route runner, and it looked like a decent run, and he caught the ball, and he kind of juked this. But I said, let me tell you something about the Minnesota defensive backs. They are not good at all. And then I also at that time posted a picture of the New York Giants against the Minnesota Vikings when they had three very, very mediocre wide receivers. Almost all of them put over 90 yards against them. 3. Hodgins' best game. It was one of Hodgins' best games. And I'm telling you, they're not good. So when I start seeing stuff like that out of camp, it's they're playing against either their own defense or they're not fully hitting yet, or they're not tackling. Take it with a grain of salt because media is going to pump everything else. Yeah, there we go. Greg. He said, take out the block of salt. They're going to talk this stuff up, and that's what you'll see too during drafts. Players will move up. You'll see players just move up in ADP because it's somebody talking in the industry that says this person's really big. That's what Don't listen to that. Do your own research. Do your own research too.
I feel like that's being created right now, though. I feel like there's a good amount of us as part of the fantasy football community that lends to that.
Oh, for sure.
That contributes to this type of big hype machine.
You are up too.
Who's next? How about this sleeper?
I agree. I mean, I think that
everyone thinks it's Brandon Cook.
Greg, stop. I mean, you're deep. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you guys would have kept Hawkinson and he was happy? Like them letting him go, they didn't realize that their team was actually going to turn around and be decent. Like that was crazy to me. If they would have had Hawkinson, whoo. But I think Laporta's going to be something big.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. So how about that tight end who's going to be?
Well, they just lost someone too. They lost
Sylvester.
Who?
Sylvester. That's what I call him. You know that's his last name is like Sylvester, but it's not Sylvester.
Oh, Silstra.
I call him Sylvester. I call him Sylvester. Yeah, he's lost for at least. Again, I don't want to speculate, but it's going to be a while, like into the season. So now, enter Sam Laporta. Well, how about the fact that Sam Laporta was always pegged as like the tight end one there?
Yeah, well, he definitely should be. I mean, obviously, a lot of places won't. You know, they're going to give anybody that's had time in the NFL a little bit more leeway and maybe to be the starter. Like, especially with tight ends, there's a lot to learn. You know, it's not just catching like a receiver. It's blocking, it's the knowing his line scheme, all that stuff. You know, like
it's the blocking for sure. It's definitely learning.
Yeah,
a lot more of the offense than a regular receiver. I think needs to know.
That's another thing that I like. Oh shit, I was on the board. Oh, I'll take right here. I'll take Tyler Algier.
So two fat guys. Our guy right here is like, as a Bears fan, I like the Vikings DBs also.
Yeah.
How does this team not address defense is head scratching to me.
They went away from that. So I'll tell you, the last couple of years, our defense has not been good. They kind of went away from it a little bit. But at the same time, you know, the offense has been good enough to try to keep up and play games like that. I think that this year, especially, losing Dalvin Cook definitely affects that because we don't have that type of running back that can be somewhat scary, you know, to keep defenses, you know, what do you call it?
Honest.
Yeah, honest. But now that they don't have that, I think it's going to affect that a little bit. But they're good. They're an all air yard team. I mean, McConnell came out and said that.
That can only take you so far, my guy.
I'm not gonna compare to Kansas City's defense when they won their first Super Bowl.
You just brought up the point about 5 minutes ago, right? New York Giants. Their three wide receivers look like freaking Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, I know. I know that. But there's a difference too. We have somebody like Danielle Hunter, and they paid him to stay here, who's a very, very, very good interrupter. And he is somebody that, I mean, if he's on that front making plays, your DBs aren't going to be. Patrick Peterson was a huge problem. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of people like Patrick Peterson coming out of Arizona, and he was a huge problem. I see Pat down here trying to jump in.
You mean he was a problem, like in terms
of he's terrible
in terms of a liability on the field? That's what you mean. Not like he was terrible, like he just wasn't a good guy. He was a liability on the field. He sucked.
So oh my God, I liked when Arizona showed up and he goes, I'm going to catch 2 interceptions. Yeah, he had 2 dropped interceptions. I'll tell you that. 2.
Where did
2 dropped interceptions.
Again, I think it's
Yeah, I think that Detroit has a chance to be the top team in this division this year. I think Minnesota will be number 2. Iggy clearly thinks that the Packers will be at the top. I don't think that'll happen. I think that Jordan Love is absolutely trash. That's just my opinion, though. Anybody else out there? I mean, take it with, like I said, take what I say sometimes with a grain of salt. But
I wouldn't say
my opinion is from what I watch.
I wouldn't say he's
terrible.
Trash.
I think that he is just a guy.
I wouldn't say he's trash. I think there's a lot that's unproven, right?
You're up, bro. Matt Stafford's your pick.
No, he's not.
You just picked him.
Whatever. Whatever. Is there anybody here that I could pick for Don P?
I see Patrick's in here, but I don't know if he wants me to add him. Let me see.
Add him. Oh, maybe don't add him. How about a little? How about another QB? How about a little Brock Purdy action? How about that story, huh?
Who knows with them, dude? We don't
get part of the hype machine, right? Part of training camp, but it's like, okay, Brock Purdy's now QB1, and Trey Lance is almost looking like he's a dead man walking in this league.
Well, here's the thing: is they got to figure that out because they paid. So Trey Lance is being paid, first round money.
Yes, a lot of first round money, not just first round.
So
money.
They either got to get rid of that and then start paying Brock if he's the guy, because Brock is basically making nothing. If I'm a quarterback at this point, could you imagine being the last pick, right? The last pick, and you're getting paid nothing, and now you're going to be the starter for that team. How does that feel?
Well, no, it's shitty. How about this scenario? And I just want to run it by you, and you could throw it right back at me. What if Trey Lance, obviously he makes the team, he's backup quarterback, but they deploy him and use him, wait for it, you ready? Like a tight end or an H-back, another Taysom Hill. What do you think about that scenario?
Hold on. Where the hell did that guy go? I guess I'm auto-picking Raheem Mostert.
Somebody in the audience, anybody can answer this question.
Damn it.
What do you think of Trey Lance becoming like another Taysom Hill 2.0, where he's a gimmicky, gadgety quarterback / receiver / runs the ball on jet sweeps, this and that? What do you think about that?
I think he needs to be used as a quarterback. That's my opinion.
What if Brock Purdy's on the center, though?
Well, I think then they have to trade him.
Okay, so you don't like the Taysom Hill idea?
No, I don't think that would work because they already have a wide receiver. They already have somebody. They have enough wide receivers too.
This is San Francisco.
I know, but they have two solid running backs. They have three decent. I mean, they have two great wide receivers, and they have probably one of the best tight ends in the league.
That's all. We know this. We know the depth charts. It's a matter of the personnel on the field and different packages. That's all. Debo and CMC do fill that role, but what are you gonna do with freaking Trey Lance sitting on the sideline with a helmet, collecting money that for what? For doing what? And Sam Darnold. And possibly this other dude that they have in camp. They're gonna have to get him on the field somehow. That's my dark sleeper idea.
I don't like this team. I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not like the team that I drafted because I can't see my team. So I'm just picking people, I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate this team.
Hey, do you want here?
Yeah, what's the bye week for my starting quarterback, Trevor?
9.
Okay. So I'm going to draft Ryan Tannehill.
And you have 2 running backs that are off in week 11.
I have so many running backs now, I think. This is so dumb that you can't look at it on your computer. I just don't understand.
You have 2 wide receivers that are off week 13. I mean, does this matter? Like, do you like?
No, I mean, I think I have a lot of wide receivers too. I couldn't really honestly tell you, but I think. What about what week is Travis Kelce off?
Well, you're not picking for a while.
I know. I just still want to know.
Hold on.
Week 10. Okay. And we're in round what? We have 2 more rounds.
Travis Kelce is off week 10.
2 more rounds. So I want to grab a receiver and I want to grab a tight end.
Charles Wells. Look at this guy.
I should have grabbed another QB, but
Trey Lance to Washington. So it's so much for the Sam Howell experiment.
Why would you ever? That doesn't make any sense. So people, I don't know. So you think that Trey Lance is better than Sam Howell? I'll tell you right now.
Well, here's the thing: we don't really know. We don't really know how good or bad Trey Lance is. That's the problem.
Yes, we do.
That's
so
the
everybody
whole
only thinks about the only thing about the 2 games that he played.
That's
he played one more game before that.
That's enough of a sample size for you?
He had one more game before that.
He has 3 career games.
And his first career game is just as good, if not better, than anybody else. Let me see here.
How do I?
Because everyone forgets about shit. It's 3 years ago. He was drafted in 21. So he had 2 games. So he had 2 games in 2021 that everybody forgets about. Everyone thinks about his first game in Chicago where it was a fucking monsoon.
No. See, that's the game I'm not counting. That game I won't count.
I'm sorry. He played 3 games in 2021.
He has
one
3
against Seattle. He only actually played 51% of the snaps. He finished as, let's see, they don't give me that. Let me see. Let me pick a league. Let me see.
That's his weight, Greg. His height is perfect for a tight end. The weight, his weight, he would need to add some pounds. So, he'd be on the slighter side of things for a tight end. That's for sure. What about an H-back? That'd be a tall H-back, wouldn't it? For all you guys out there, well, I'm sure most of our audience knows what an H-back is.
All right, it doesn't tell me, but 2021, he in week 4 he played against Seattle. How did he finish with what? That doesn't make sense. 2 touchdowns. He had 25 points against Seattle. He finished as, it doesn't let me know what rank he finished. I don't know why it's not telling me that.
All right, so hold on. I can go to this.
Because Sleeper needs to be updated by me.
No Sleeper. No sleeps. Hold on. Quarterback. And anybody that wants any of my premium tools here, just DM me. Where is he? Where is this guy? You got to scroll far. You got to scroll down a little bit. Stats.
So Trey Lance in week 4, 2021, he got 25 points.
Yeah, he has 8. He has 8 total games. In 2021, 6 games. He's got a QBR of 97.3.
6 games must be off-season games or preseason games. He only had 3 games in regular season.
2021, 6 games.
Yeah, okay. Game 1, he had 7% of the snaps. I'm not counting that as a game. Week 3, he had 4% of the snaps.
I don't have the game log for 2021.
And they were all rushing. He had a rushing touchdown, one attempt, 1 yard for a rushing touchdown, and that was in game 3. So that doesn't count. I don't count that as a game.
I don't have. Hold on. 2021. I do have.
In week 4, he had 51% of the snaps, and he scored 25 points. Okay, so let's imagine 100% of the snaps. If you just want to go by average, that's 50-something points. That's 60 points or 50 points, right?
So what? All right. So what the hell happened? What happened after week 5? What happened this year? This 2021 year? He got hurt. What the hell happened again? He
got hurt.
But he didn't play. Jimmy G played.
He got hurt in week 2 against Seattle.
You're in. No. I'm in 2021 right now.
I think that he was just. Who did they have? No, he wasn't a starter. Somebody else was a starter. Jimmy G must have.
Jimmy G.
He got hurt or something.
Well, so then we really don't have any. So we really
or
don't
they just
have
wanted to see what they had. Who knows?
We don't really have a good foundation for him as a starting quarterback in this league, except for
week 17 versus Houston. I mean, it's Houston.
Except for the Bears game last year.
I see 3 games that are decent. One against Arizona, which is only 14 points. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he rushed for 89 yards. Week 17 against Houston, that's 24 points. But mostly rush. I guess 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But Brock Purdy, you can say the same thing about Brock Purdy. How many games did you get out of him? And he got hurt.
All right, so Greg obviously doesn't like my Taysom Hill prophecy.
And you can go through this while I'm doing this, and you can be clicking on people to come up.
You mean other people that we should talk about?
No. If somebody's in here talking, you can click on these. That's part of co-hosting.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
doing. And Patrick, just so you know, the messages that you're sending is in a private chat, so nobody else can see that but us. Just so you know, you have to be on YouTube to chat with the people that are out there. Just so you know, Patrick. Nobody can see anything that you've been saying here. But Patrick said, yeah, finally back. I can add you to the stream if you want. But yeah, he said Trey Lance was drafted too high, be left in the trash. Trey Lance was still a rookie. I agree. Bad weather 2 games. Yeah. So Patrick, nobody can hear you. Let me see.
Okay, so look, it was just an idea. I'm gonna have tons of them. They all won't be bad.
Patrick, are you there?
That's all.
Patrick, can you hear me?
That could this is an excellent point, which I'm sure could hold a lot of weight. Yeah, I mean he's competing out there day in and day out.
Pat. You're on
the last 5 days.
How about now?
All right, I can hear you.
Hey,
finally,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so just so you know, in that chat that you're chatting, that's only a private chat. Only us 3 can see that.
Oh shit! Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I'm just letting you know. Like you
I'm
have
still
to.
trying
So
to
with
figure this thing
YouTube, you have to go on. Like, so what I like to do, I didn't do it today because I had too much going on. But I'll just pop on YouTube and I'll turn my volume all the way down on YouTube. But you're on your phone, so you can't really do both.
Right.
But yeah, you have to
Actually, I
chat
got it
through
on my
that.
iPad.
Unless you're like part of this. But yeah, I guess that's kind of how it works for this. But go ahead, what you're saying, Sig. You're good.
I forgot what I was saying, but
you said that you saw a message here and you said you were gonna.
Oh, maybe it was Anthony's. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that they are trying to feature him in practice to try to generate a trademark. Yeah, you know what? That could very well be the case.
That's a great point.
Because right now they're holding the bag on him, and they need to do something about it. Especially if Brock Purdy is going to start the season right now, which it looks like he's gonna. Which I'm a little burnt by, but
why? So here's a good thing. I mean, it sucks, but they have technically a veteran quarterback on that team, right? It's Sam Darnold. I know, and people are whatever, but remember, this guy was a 2nd overall pick. Not saying that means anything, because Josh Rosen was also a number 9 overall pick, and we know what happened with him. So, anyways, my point though is the fact that this. If you use both of them, they can use both of them, right? Try getting Purdy out there and then do some kind of trick plays and have Lance out there too in the backfield. But not, I get what you're saying with the tight end, but I don't think he'd be used great as a tight end. Maybe a receiver like
so we're just talking semantics.
They already have this. The thing is they already have that. No, but Taysom is bigger. Like he's a bigger guy. I feel like.
So we're talking semantics. That's the first guy that came to my mind was Taysom Hill.
Not Taysom. I don't think Taysom. No, I think more of a slot receiver. The same thing that Greg is saying here. Wildcat.
Well, I like the idea.
Rather than tight end. Taysom Hill doesn't catch the ball. He had 14.
Taysom Hill doesn't catch the ball.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, as a tight end, if you have 14 catches, you don't consider it as a red receiver.
No. You're right. And I shouldn't make any comments. And you are the president of the Taysom Hill fan.
Dude, he had like 700 something rushing yards.
So therefore,
he only had like 50 to 100 maybe receiving yards.
I cannot speak on Taysom Hill. You're right. All I know is there was one game he scored 5 touchdowns. And everybody went to go pick him up on Tuesday. That's all I know. And anything prior to that is kind of like a blur.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why
I had him in that week.
We don't know what's gonna happen still. We still don't know what's gonna happen with Kamara. That's why I like Taysom so much, because he could run the ball. If it's just him and Jamal Williams, I mean, I see a lot of upside for having a tight end that's gonna run, maybe 1,000 yards. Right, Jamal Williams might score more of the touchdowns, but you're going to see. I mean, Taysom, like I said, Taysom can throw the ball too, so they're going to do some crazy shit with him.
Is anybody else named?
But Kamara, that somehow Kamara. I mean, Jamal Williams wasn't even betting at the facility. He still got 6 games, and Kamara will probably get like 2, a slap on the wrist for beating the shit out of somebody in the club.
Alvin Kamara was supposed to meet with the commissioner by now.
I hope that they
Matter
throw
of
the book at
fact.
him. They don't.
He's
They
getting
won't.
something.
Tell you, money buys
won't.
everything.
Money buys everything.
Money gets you out of trouble.
But on the quarterbacks, I like the idea of keeping them all right now. I mean, look, last year everybody was hurt, so he's got to keep these guys around, just for bodies right now. And like Seeger, one of you guys said, trade them. You know what I mean? If trade one of them, if things get rolling.
I mean, you almost have to.
You'd have
you
to.
got Sam
But
Darnold there. You just have him as a backup and somebody that's there in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, you get something for him, right?
You got to figure out how to get rid of.
But as Anthony, again, back to Anthony's point, you and we all know this, right? You have to trade him when he's at the most value. Right now he's really got no value, and I don't know if practice is really going to be the determining factor to be able to garner value, right? Because again, it is practice. It's just like the cameras rolling from camp to camp. I'm sure we'll see him actually in a preseason game or two, and that will help the cause. But again, right now he's got no trade value. So until something happens where he actually steps on the field and something meaningful, San Fran's left holding that bag.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're gonna have Brock starting, you can't just pay this guy, the minimum salary, and then have Trey just sitting there collecting a bag. You got to get rid of that. That's bad juju in the QB room.
It is, but I guess they can afford to though right now with that rookie contract, right? I
mean, they should have traded. They got to figure out a way to trade Lance somewhere and just get. Who cares? Just get like a second round draft pick or third round pick and get. I don't know.
Also, I think the rookie contract, while it may not be for like the amount of money that they're making now, like in terms of extensions, but it's still a rookie quarterback contract. So,
right.
I don't think it's just a small bag of peanuts, right? I think it's still a significant amount on the books.
No, I agree, but they got to figure out a way to move him. I mean, fuck, you know where they could move him. They could move him to maybe not. It's in the. I was gonna say Arizona, but they ain't doing that.
Why? Because it's the division.
Yeah.
Hey, he could still get moved to Tampa. I mean, that could be an easy move. What they got down there, they got nothing.
I mean, you got three quarterbacks that you're not sure about competing for a job.
Oh,
yeah, but I'd rather give my chance to Trey Lance. We already know what Baker is, and
we already know what Baker is. So it's really just one quarterback we don't know about.
I mean, we kind of know what Trask is.
I like his
the one thing about Trask is at least he sat behind Tom Brady for 2 years.
That's true.
Learning from somebody who's been playing for a very long time.
That's true.
Now Trask wasn't somebody that was garbage in college. I mean, he was somebody that was very good in college. He's somebody that could. I mean, they're saying that he's competing for the job. Obviously, Baker's going to be the one because they brought him in, right? They brought him in to be the starter. So he's going to be the guy who's going to be fighting for the job. But Trask could be somebody that in deeper leagues like this one, you could be just thrown on your bench, like especially in best ball. I'll tell you some quarterbacks that I'm kind of targeting for that. I'll tell you Trask would be one that I like. I'm not huge on Zappy, but I tell you right now, I don't think Mac Jones finishes the year.
I love Zappy. I don't think Mac Jones finishes either.
Mike White is another guy I like just because we saw what he did with guys like Garrett Wilson when he had the opportunity. He made Garrett Wilson a wide receiver 1 overall in a week with him. Imagine what he would do with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I think he would be somebody that could easily, like I said, if he's just somebody you grab really late, we know how fragile Tua Tagovailoa
he costs you nothing.
And he'll cost you nothing. That's another guy.
Drafting this guy White because of you two guys. I believe in Tua.
Heineke's another guy. I mean,
Tua.
Heineke might be inaccurate a little bit, but we've seen what Heineke can be with. I mean, we saw what he could be when he got the opportunity with the Panthers.
I agree with Heineke too.
We saw what he had the opportunity to do when he was with Washington. I mean, when he had the opportunity to throw, he was at least a guy that was serviceable. And when he had, and we don't know what Desmond Ritter's going to be. I'm not a huge person on Ritter. I'm telling you that right now. But
I think
San Fran's struggling. They're going to bring somebody in that's at least a veteran presence. We know that Mariota wasn't. I think that Heineken can be better than him.
I think so.
All right. So did you see the Ritter Kyle Pitts video that surfaced the other day? I think it was yesterday, right? Did you see that one?
No, I missed that one.
Kyle Pitts dropped the ball, didn't catch the ball. The pass was a little thrown behind him. Right now, everybody was up in arms.
I don't think that Ritter's
not accurate. Desmond Ritter's not accurate. He's not accurate. About a few hours later, somebody came on and said that was Desmond Ritter's only incompletion of the day.
Of course,
that's why I say you don't pay attention to camp stuff.
But of course, the main video that surfaced was of the ball that was thrown behind Kyle Pitts that he did not make the catch. He did everything that he could to make that catch, but it was an incomplete pass. So everybody's all going nuts now. Desmond Ritter this, Desmond Ritter that.
Now my concern more is on Pitts. Look at the way he was moving. I mean, maybe they're just being a little, shell, keeping him in a shell right now. Maybe that's what it is. Like JC says, don't play the hype right now. Maybe that's what it is. They're easing him in.
They're going to show the top plays, or they're going to show like the shit plays. That's what everybody out here. They want everyone to remember this. Everybody here is trying to be first to the scene to tell you about who's either good or bad. So that's one other thing is like, just use your own eyes, do some of your own research. Yes, listen to everybody what they got to say, but then at the same time, take what these people that are telling you, like us, take what these people are telling you, and kind of do a little bit of your own research. Go take that they told you and kind of do your own little research.
And like Kyle Pitts, you really think he's going to go full force right now? No. Why would he? They just want him to. No. They just want him to be out on the field. They're just glad he's on the field, right?
And we should get a little gentleman's bet with this this Ritter thing. Little gentleman's bet.
What's the bet? Let's come up with something before I get into what I was going to say.
If JC wins,
I'll even be generous. Right? I don't think that Ritter finishes with more than 3,200 passing yards.
So 3,200 passing yards, and
I love it.
That's it. 3,200 passing yards. I don't think he goes over 3,200 passing yards.
That's not terrible.
I'm with JC. No, that's not terrible, but it's not.
But what is he going to? How many touchdowns? If you don't throw a ton of touchdowns with that low of passing yards.
I mean,
you're not a rushing quarterback with that low of rushing.
Yeah, didn't Daniel Jones have 3,200 passing yards?
Daniel Jones is also a rushing quarterback.
So Desmond Ritter can rush the ball.
Okay, I don't think it's going to happen in this offense with Bijan.
So when Greg loses a bet, he's going to have to
start. And Tyler Algier, you got two guys that could easily go over 1,000 yards rushing. I don't think Ritter's going to be rushing the ball.
Hold on a second, sir.
I love it.
We're gonna get the old calculator out. Let's see what 32 divided by 17 is. Divided by 17 games. 188 yards a game.
That's pretty shitty.
That's pretty shitty.
I think that I took some of his games last year and I averaged it out. I can't remember who it was on Twitter, but
that's shitty. That's real shitty.
That's real shitty. And if he only throws like 2 touchdowns a game, I mean, I don't even see that. There's no way. Even 2 touchdowns a game, that's a lot. 2 touchdowns a game is a lot. It's over 30 touchdowns, and I don't think that's happening with him.
Would you say
that's why I'm low on Pitts, and a lot of people are high on him. But I'm just telling you.
Yeah, you did keep telling me.
I don't see it happen. I think that Drake London over 1,000 yards.
It could come from Drake London. It could come. It will be damn well.
We also got Mac Hollins there this year. Mac Hollins was almost. Mac Hollins was a wide receiver too, almost high end 3 last year.
I love it.
So Mac Hollins.
I'll tell you what, they're running the ball. They're running the ball in Atlanta. That's all they want to do. Algier might.
Mac Hollins was in Vegas. Was a serviceable wide receiver 3 with Devonta Adams and Waller. So I'm going to tell you, Mac Hollins has an opportunity to come in and at least do somewhat decent work. He can even if it's 400 yards. Okay, I'm giving Bijan probably 600 yards.
I'll give you that.
Drake London probably 1,200 yards. You have a couple. I'm telling you, man, you're not
going to. Too much for Drake.
Pitts maybe gets 700 yards. I think I
give that
725 this year, and that's not good.
Let's not forget that the tight end is going to be his security blanket.
Pitts has how many touchdowns does Pitts have? I think he had 4 his first year.
Last year he didn't have any.
Last year,
yeah, maybe 1.
I think he had 2. I think he has 6 total touchdowns. So So to me, that's where he's been going down. He's regressing and in the wrong direction. I mean, for touchdowns. So if he's going to score less touchdowns and potentially maybe have less yards, to me, I don't know. To me, there's some things I don't see it. If Ritter the year with 3,200 passing yards or less, I don't see Pitts unless Pitts is the number 2 target, which I don't even know if he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't think it either. I'm telling you, they're running the ball in Atlanta. That's all they're doing is running. They could have 2,000-yard rushers.
I see Bijan Robinson go over 1,600 yards total yards in his first year.
I think he could.
If you have that and a Tyler Algier, he didn't catch the ball a lot last year, but I think he had like 200 or 300 yards receiving. So even if Algier goes down to 100, 150 yards receiving, and he puts up 800 yards rushing, I mean that's a lot. I mean right there, that's a shit ton of yards that are just in your running game. You still forget about Cordero Patterson. Like he's not going to be a running back. He's going to probably be moved out to receiver. That's another guy that's going to catch the ball. I'm just telling you, there's.
I'm out on Cordell Patterson. I think he's not even draftable for me.
I just don't. I don't know. This is just
Cordell Patterson's taking
everybody is so high
kickoff returns.
No way I'm drafting Pitt.
Cordell Patterson's taking punt returns.
I don't know, man. He's older, but. He's still
and expendable at this point.
He's a big guy
and highly expendable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Ritter was on pace for 3,000 yards last year. That's still not 3,200.
That's true. I seen a thing by
one game. I'm just telling you. I think that I don't know if he's going to have the juice to do it all. I mean,
Atlanta didn't invest in a quarterback in the draft. They didn't go out and get one in free agency. They let Mariota walk. They must see something in this guy. That's what I've been saying. That's the only thing I have to go on right now.
What round was this kid drafted in the first round? Right,
Ritter?
Nah, was it first? I thought it was second because we got Pickett in one.
So that's still draft capital.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
well, if they think this year, they're just going to move on and draft a quarterback next year, right?
Greg Kellogg.
That's their point.
It only took 8 years for Patterson to break out as any kind of player in the NFL. I think he did do pretty well in year 1, though, right? I'm pretty sure he did. The Vikings was year 1, and it was just like after that, it was just like he's gone.
Anyway, I think Ritter's poised and the Falcons are poised to win the division. How they do it and what works for them, I think, is yet to be determined. Whether it's going to be Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field or in creative slant routes here and there, or whether he actually does find a hookup with Mac Hollins or Drake London, or if it's just going to be Bijan all day long. It's going to be some sort of
It's Bijan all day long.
It's gonna.
Okay, remember this too. We talk about the camp videos. The first video that came out about Bijan was him getting, the terrible, like he couldn't break the tackle. I can't remember who was on him. Right, and he looked like shit, like he couldn't get past. And then all of a sudden, here comes the next few videos of Bijan just busting ass and breaking tackles,
breaking ankles.
And now he should be pick 101.
I'm telling you, man,
breaking ankles.
Yeah.
Bijan is something special. So I think 1,600 all-purpose yards is like easy for him.
Easy.
Unless something happens, I think that's. Ritter has to play 16 games or will be available to play 16 games. Yeah, okay, all right. I'm good with stipulations. If he plays up to 16 games or he's available and
I will Greg Brighton for us if he loses.
Greg, does it count if they bench him? Does that still count like he's available to play? It doesn't. So basically,
yes, that counts.
The injury cuts it. So I'm good with that. And I'll tell you right now. So the bet will be next year at the Expo. Either one of us has to buy that person dinner. So that's how it's going to be.
There you go.
That. No money involved. It'll just be that.
And you have to write for us too. Full-time write for us.
What was that?
I said he has to full-time write for us if he loses.
Yeah, I like that bet. I mean,
I'm with it.
There's a possibility for him to maybe get 3,300, but I'm 32, man.
I'll go over in that bet.
Well, what's 4,000 yards? About 235 yards a game, something like that.
I got the calculator.
4,000 yards is not happening. I don't think it. I just don't see it happening.
Well, that's only like 235 yards a game, I think, right? Something like that.
235.
Justin Fields, I don't think he's thrown. What is it? I know. So I'm gonna tell you right now.
That seems
no
very
Bears
possible.
quarterback's
But
thrown over 4,000.
why don't more do it? Sorry, JC. What'd you say?
I said I'm pretty sure
God damn,
no Bears
Don P, this
quarterback.
guy can't do it.
history.
He can't get 100 yards per half. 115 yards you can't throw. Come on.
Yeah, no Bears quarterback ever got 4,000. You're right. None. Cutler came close.
So but the thing is, it's like you have to be able to run like 1,000 yards. Like if you want to be a top 10, like if you're gonna have less than 3,200 yards, you have to run for 1,000 at least.
No doubt. If you're not, then you're a third.
I mean, Fields ran for how much was it? Fields,
for 1,100.
I don't even think he's thrown for over 3,000.
He ran He ran for 1,100 and something.
That sounds
How many
about right.
touchdowns too? Like because he didn't
have a ton.
Last year, Fields threw for 20. Dude, Fields didn't even throw for 2,500 yards. 2,242. That's how much he threw to. Only 17 touchdowns.
That's Ritter
he had
right there.
1,143 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns. Like, you're not getting that from Ritter.
Ritter's in more favorable elements.
But I just don't. I don't see it.
Well, he does have better receivers.
I see everybody else
he's got better
points.
receivers. Ritter does have better receivers.
Oh, no.
I get that.
Ritter does not have better receivers now than.
Not now, but I mean then. If you go by last year, what he had.
And everybody still thinks about that too. Everyone says that Fields can't throw the ball. I disagree. He just didn't have anybody to throw to.
Exactly.
Cole Kmet was his best receiver last year.
And that's terrible. DJ Moore is going to be a huge upgrade. Huge.
DJ Moore should slam dunk for them. Should.
Ritter 2650 here.
Look at that. That's if the prop is at that.
I think he's gonna go.
Yeah, he's gonna go over 2650. Of course he might. He ain't going over 3,200.
Right.
If that's the prop, then smash. If you think he's going over 3,200, then smash that all day.
We need to put this prop bet up on the site.
Yeah, that's 155 yards. He's got to go over that. I'm
sorry.
Hey,
Steve, there's a great question for you tomorrow morning right there. Does it go over or under it?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta smash the over on that.
That's it.
You have to smash the over on that. But I don't
look how much we're talking about.
If it was at everybody else will. If it was at 31.99 over or under, I'd still take the under.
No, seriously, you can't be an NFL quarterback.
Yes, you can.
Throwing 155 yards a game.
Okay, let me go ahead. Justin Fields, he only threw for 20.
The man ran for 1,100 yards.
You just said, what were your words right now? You can't be an NFL quarterback.
Justin Fields is he's a huge outlier.
2,242. Do the math on that.
He made up for it though.
Hey, whoever's quarterbacking in Tampa Bay is not going to throw for that 2,600 yards. Whoever ends up being the starter will not throw for that.
Baker Mayfield.
Fields only played 15
Baker might.
He'll get over that because he has to chuck the ball over.
So 15 games. Fields only played 15 games last year, 149 yards a game. That's what he threw for.
Ooh. All right. I'd love to see what was Washington's quarterback last year? What's his name? That hasn't got a job right now.
Heineke?
No. Wentz. What did Wentz do before?
Oh my God.
There's a terrible one, huh? There's gonna be a lot of these quarterbacks that are that bad.
Talk about somebody that threw his way out of the league. That will throw you out of the league.
So Mac
all by yourself.
Mac Jones only threw 14 touchdowns. 14 touchdowns last year. Mac Jones.
Yeah, and how many yards did he throw for? Not that many either.
He's a starting quarterback.
Bailey Zapp will take his job. Bailey Zapp will take his job.
Yes, he will.
That's happening.
Terrible. Mac Jones threw for not even 3,000 yards last year.
Look, see, Bill Belichick will not play that game.
14 touchdowns. That's a rushing team. I mean,
interesting. Today in New England, they were talking about how effective Mac Jones was having Patricia as his offensive coordinator. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Expect him to have a bounce back season now with an offensive coordinator. but he was really affected by having Matt Patricia as his offensive coordinator.
Oh, he's affected by not being good. That's his problem.
That's his problem.
What they were saying more to it was like Patricia wasn't putting him in good situations by the play calls.
So I want to go back and look at another thing. Let's go back and look at quarterbacks that came from Alabama that are starting quarterbacks, or how long they were starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Because you won't find many. You won't find many. Mac Jones, I mean, you can say that Jalen Hurts is one, but technically he was a backup quarterback. And then
it's a transfer. And
then transferred to Ohio. So
Ohio, Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma. He was a Sooner.
So see, got here with the facts.
I knew it was an O team and red O team. But yeah, like Tua, we already seen what happened to him, right? He didn't play well. I mean, he played okay the first year. He got a little hurt, banged up. Mac Jones, right? I think it's a product of the system, having one of the best coaches of all times coaching you. You know,
that's a great point.
It's Nick Saban, right?
It's not
also
really
having some of the best recruited players in the nation on your team, throwing to running backs, the defense. Like I'm just like the offensive line. I mean, imagine that, right? Just think about that going to. I mean, and then Bill Belichick going to that coach, who's also the next, probably the best coach in the NFL, right? But how is it not transitioning? Because he doesn't have all these high class, insanely amazing wide receivers to throw to.
That's true.
Right? That do all the fucking work for you.
Well, if Tua don't get hurt, he was leading the league in passing, right? He had the two best receivers in the league until he got hurt.
Okay, now if Tua doesn't have
I think both those guys are from Alabama.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Waddle, Yep.
But he led the league. I mean, those two receivers were leading the league in receiving yards until he went down. That's how crazy it is, right?
Wait, no. Not Tyreek Hill's not in Alabama. I'm crossing up some of the receivers. Jalen Waddle's definitely Alabama.
For sure, he's Alabama.
For sure.
But not Tyreek Hill. I was for some reason I popped in Devonta Smith. Anyway, no, there is something to be said. Like Alabama, at least of late, is not necessarily the quarterback factory like some of these other schools are. I think you're finding a lot of the quarterbacks coming from, some of the other majors, really, not necessarily Alabama, not necessarily Ohio State. But yeah, again, I understand what you're saying. To your point, it's the coach is not really offensive minded. He's not really offensive focused. They're in Chicago. There he is. There's our guy. There's our guy.
I love it.
I love it.
We love it.
He's at OSU. That's where Tyreek played.
Is that where he played? What you drinking over tonight, JC?
Soju.
Soju. Oh, nice.
It's like Korean wine.
Okay.
It's like sake.
Like sake.
You got to get that at a special store or what?
No, they got it up here at the liquor store. This is made with lychee. This is made with lychee. If you know what
the hell's lychee? No.
It's kind of like it tastes like grape, kind of.
Okay.
It's a fruit, and like on the inside of the fruit, it's like a white jelly type thing, but it's got like a
pretty good.
Oh, it's good. It's good. But yeah, it tastes kind of like grape. But
I love grape.
Like white grape, white grapes. Or like grape.
Yeah.
That's what kind of with
the Modelo's.
Yeah.
I like the Modelo's. I took a break.
Nothing wrong with Modelo's. I just take this and I mix it with because I mean this is like it's like 12%. But I mix it with like a Sprite or some shit. Starry. I'm big on Starry. That's my jam.
Wait, 12%? That's the alcohol content?
Yeah.
For
but
beer,
like wine, wine gets you kind of.
Wine.
I gotta make sure I don't drink too much with JC.
Oh man, it's all about having a good time. I mean, obviously know your limits. Know your limits. You don't want to go overboard, but
definitely. Yeah, you don't drink as many. That's why you just chill. Though.
I just like to have a good time. I'm good people. I try to be.
Oh, definitely. I've already been out with you before last year.
So the Expo is going to be coming up in what, 10 days now? 11 days? Almost 9 days now.
If we could talk Siegel into just flying into Pittsburgh, you got to ride. I had a sign up looking for him last weekend. That's all it is. I'm just standing there with a sign. Every Saturday, I stand there with a sign.
Shit.
If you say durian, I'm not having durian fruit.
You're the best.
Say durian. If you say durian, I don't think that's in China. I think that's in like.
Well, Greg's been all around the world. I'm sure he knows that one.
Please don't say durian. If you say durian, we're not having durian. Shit smells like legit asshole.
Really?
Yeah, it's gross. It's crazy. It's in this crazy big like hard protected thing, and you have to like chop it and break it open, and it like on the inside it's almost like it's like pudding, and it smells like farts.
Oh, I don't want none of that.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, durian it's oof. But yeah, anyways, Expo's coming up. Yeah, see, I bet he's gonna say durian. I knew it. I don't know. It's not anything good. If you tell me what you can make with that, I don't know.
I never heard this.
Yeah, look up durian. Go look up a video of somebody eating it.
Ooh.
I'll skip that.
Yeah, he said it's like spoiled food.
Ooh, I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah. He said tastes like TV static.
It's not good, huh?
Yeah.
It can't be good.
But Expo is gonna be coming up here soon.
That's next week, right?
Yeah, next Thursday. So this is the Hall of Fame week. So
is there a game this week? No.
Hall of Fame game is this weekend, man.
Oh yeah.
Is the Jets playing that game?
Yeah, so
I think that game's this
week
week
against the Browns. And you're gonna see some Zach Wilson action.
Yes, that I know.
That's gonna be nice.
We'll see if he's learned anything from the GOAT.
Oh my God! You want to talk about guys that have had understudies, right? With Trask and Brady. I mean, this is just as close now, right?
Right.
It has to be considered.
I mean, he was already an understudy of one of the best of all time, Joe Flacco.
Oh, world champ.
Yeah, that served him real well.
I think Mike White got more out of that because he actually had good games.
It did serve Mike White. It got Mike White a contract in Miami.
It
definitely served him better.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, no. From everything that I hear, Zach Wilson's like a new man, a new quarterback. He's changed. His footwork, his mechanics, his this, his that, his arm strength, this and that. It's like he's the next Joe Montana.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I doubt that.
All right. Rodgers committed to not just this season, next year also. So now Zach Wilson is still going to be on the contract.
Yeah. I mean, his contract this year was supposed to be small regardless because he took all of it next year. That's what he was on purpose. But then he took a big pay cut because and it was cool because his little interview he did, he basically said, I did this because, in case somebody comes out and that's available and we want to sign them.
It gives them the ability. It gives them enough of
it was a great move by him.
Yeah.
Win now, right?
It also all but secures him to be, throwing next season as well. So that's good news for the Jets. And then again, with Zach Wilson, barring any type of crazy, unfortunate circumstance, you'll have all of this year, all of next year to continue to watch Rodgers.
And I think a lot of people are saying that Rodgers is, over the hill and he looks slow and he might not be the guy anymore. But here's the thing about Rodgers is I think that he is. If anybody knows anything about mental health problems or being depressed or anything like that, that you do not function well when you're not feeling like 100%, being depressed, being down. You got to remember how many times Aaron Rodgers was basically told, we're not going to bring somebody in. We're not going to draft a first round wide receiver, or we're going to go draft this guy, Jordan Love, in the first round. And then he's going to sit behind you obviously the same thing happened with Favre, but Favre had all these receivers. I mean,
that Love pick was a bad pick for them, man. They should have took a receiver there.
Adams was great, but it's like he's just had all these. I mean, there's other guys
too. If you'd have
given
them a receiver, they're in the playoffs big.
There's nobody like Rodgers is the guy that makes shit fucking happen.
Not only did that pick leave a bad taste in Rodgers' mouth, it left a bad taste in Don P's mouth as well.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
He wants no part of
I don't think it was just being dinged up, Greg. I also think it was a mental health thing. That's why he went and did this whole thing where he went and sat in that dark room.
Yeah,
and,
slept in a cave and stuff, right?
Like he was doing that to, I think, open his mind, kind of get some thoughts out, try to figure out what he's actually doing with his life. I mean, he's 38 years old. He's got to figure out where he's going to
little in that cave.
He ain't going to be in Green Bay right now. That I'm telling you right now.
I don't know. I can't even wrap my mind around that, to be honest with you. To be in
there's no way I'm sleeping in the cave. There's no way I'm sleeping in the cave.
For 3-4 days, nights, no light.
No.
Anyway, this guy's he's a special bird.
He's a special
bird. I think it's Gridiron Gang. I think it's called. Is it called Gridiron Gang? On YouTube. Yeah. It's like I think that's what it's called. It's like a comic book or a cartoon type thing where they make fun of things that are happening at the NFL at the time. And they did one of Rodgers in the dark room, and it's hilarious because he's in the dark, but it's like Goodell and then the coach from Green Bay and the coach from the Jets, and they're basically the people they're like telling him his thoughts, and he thinks that he's like thinking these things because he's in the dark and he's thinking out loud, but it's actually those three basically telling him like what to think. It's so funny because he's like, I'll have to send it out. Some of those are so funny. Get that. Some of those things are so funny, especially when it's going through the year and something weird happens in the week to some certain players. They'll bring some shit up and it's so funny. They did one for Halloween and it was
oh my god, I love it.
They did one for Halloween and they had the different Halloween costumes, and they all of a sudden they had Kirk Cousins pop up and he was dressed up like the Joker and he's like, "Call me the Choker," because he chokes so many games, dude. It's so funny.
Maybe after week one we'll be seeing Jordan Love.
QBs coming in. They gave them all baby toddler voices. It's so funny.
I gotta see it.
It's so good.
Speaking of Cousins, quarterbacks.
Kirk.
Netflix.
I haven't watched it yet. I still have to. I'm gonna tell you right now, Kirk Cousins is a great guy.
Yeah,
he's a good dude. He's a stats quarterback though, so I'm still gonna stick with that. He's a stats QB. He's not a winner. I just want to see him fucking win. If he can do that, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna give him all his credit, all the credit due. He just imagine having JJ, man. Imagine having him and Hawkinson and now Addison, and still not being able to win a playoff game.
I'm telling you,
they're going to be asked to do too much.
4,500 yards. He's going to throw at least 4,500, maybe 5,000,
and still lose games.
And still lose a bunch of games because
still lose games. Unfortunately,
that defense is going to be worse than ever, and they're just going to keep throwing and throwing and throwing. Addison's going to be a monster. He's an upgrade. That's an upgrade at wide receiver.
Right. So I mean,
with a number 2 corner on him, look out.
We're pulling for Cousins, all right. He's a good
I'm
dude.
all in on Cousins this
year. He's a good dude, but he's being asked to do way too much.
Exactly. If they had a defense, he would already won a Super Bowl. Fat guys just said, what's his name, won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl,
Because look at that defense.
Exactly. If Minnesota had any kind of defense, we'd be talking about Kirk Cousins being a legend in it for a team.
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. He's going to continue to get his ass kicked.
Unfortunately, that offensive line is actually the real problem. Even though your defense isn't the greatest, at least the defense is good enough. I think. If they score and they wear the other offense out, I think giving him enough time. It's that line. The line is he doesn't have enough time, but also Kirk Cousins is somebody who doesn't make decisions quick enough. So having him behind a line that's not going to ever really get better. Right? They don't really draft the line to get better. And last year, you got to think too. Last year, we had so many backup players playing on that line. We even had third stringers playing on that line. So you think about that too. He has no time.
Minnesota's best.
Kirk Cousins doesn't make decisions fast enough. And I think that's one of the reasons, even when Kirk Cousins came here in the second year, that's why we saw that crazy huge drop-off with Diggs, right? He went from being wide receiver 10 to dropping to wide receiver 22. And
that's a good point. Good point.
He doesn't make decisions.
Kirk Cousins has the ceiling. We know how he's going to
your wide receivers get pissed off at you.
Right.
And was it last 2 years
So
ago?
who's worse?
Against the Steelers, and we were up by what, 3 or 4 touchdowns, and here comes the Steelers in the fourth quarter and almost fucking beat us. Like, I understand.
I relive this every time we talk.
How did they decide to stop scoring points? They stopped scoring points.
I was disgusted in that game.
They stopped scoring.
They just give up.
Don P, you caught some of the Steelers at camp today, right?
No, not today. I was with you. I was sitting there catching some on NFL Network.
You're going to camp tomorrow, right? You're going to camp tomorrow?
George Pickens.
Yeah, we're talking about, but I might just hold back. I got to get a little more game show stuff ready here. I'm worried about don't start till 1:30, and it's an hour and a half drive from my house to get there, so I might wait till the following Wednesday.
Tomorrow. Just so y'all know, remember, we got the interview tomorrow. Pat's going to be interviewing his prom queen, Adam Rank.
He finally got my date.
He finally got her to go on a date with him.
Finally. JC will be interviewing.
Great. Adam Rank is a fun guy. I mean, he's super fun. I mean, it's going to be great for you, great for the community. It's going to be a good time.
Can't believe we pulled this one off, right?
I could believe
you did this. You went out of your way to make this happen.
I could believe that. I could believe that Don P got it done with.
You went out of your way to that softball game. Like
everything that he puts himself into.
You put yourself in a good situation, and we love that.
We all do, man. That's what
we're excited for this interview tomorrow, and you're going to blow it out of the park. Everyone here is going to be stoked. So just everyone knows, we are going to be doing it on Spaces.
7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 7 Eastern.
Yes,
so, and we will open it up to questions more near the end. We kind of want to keep it, more personal with just, Pat and Adam. And then I'll hop in from time to time, and then we will kind of open it up near the end so people can come in and ask questions. We also the cool thing about Spaces is being able to let people in and come talk to some of these people that we bring in. And
you could ask my question, Don P, and give the microphone to somebody else that may want it. That's fine.
Oh no, you can come on and ask it. That'd be fine.
We want.
No, I'm just saying though, if it means. Look,
no, it don't mean that. We want everybody to be able to get their question.
You could slide my question through you. It's the same thing.
Well, we want to hear you ask it.
I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing outrageous that we're all not figuring out and trying to determine.
That is the world.
Between me and Anthony right now, who's going to take over the Chicago backfield?
That was your question out there. I can't wait to hear the answer.
I'd like to hear what he has to say about that. Sure. I mean, this is his team, right?
Right.
He's got the insight to it. Well,
so who does worse, Ritter or Love this year?
Is this for him or is this for us?
This is for you guys. Ritter or Love? Who's gonna have a worse
That's
season?
Tough, man. I think
talking about two different offenses.
I think that I was gonna go with the running
back. Pick one.
Both teams have really good running back rooms, so I think both teams are gonna run the ball more than we think.
Yep.
Christian Watson, we already know what he kind of is. He can be that big, explosive player that makes huge plays. Can Jordan Love throw it downfield to him? That's the question.
I think more of the offense will be predicated on Love in Green Bay than it would be for Desmond Ritter.
You think? He might be thrown in a cave, though. It's going to look like he's throwing a ball in a dark cave before it's over.
I think that Ritter has better – I'm going to say that Ritter probably has better receivers with Pitts and –
I agree.
With Pitts in London. Because right now it's what Dobbs. Dobbs.
Romeo, where's Melissa? She probably
it doesn't matter. What did Romeo Dobbs do last year that we really are like, this is going to be the guy that's going to?
I won.
Tell me right now who's going to be
Romeo Dobbs.
Who's going to be the starting tight end in that? I mean, they brought in.
They drafted a guy in the first round. What's his name? But
Luke
Musgrave. Musgrave. Yeah, I got him.
Musgrave, that's right.
Romeo Dobbs isn't bad. I had
He's
him.
not bad.
I streamed him. It was a
But
Monday
this is a
night
major
game.
downgrade from Rodgers. It's a major downgrade from Rodgers.
I mean, altogether,
Rodgers made shit happen.
but I think
Watch
I
him
think
go
again,
play. Like he made so much happen.
I think again, the Green Bay offense is going to be more predicated on whether Jordan Love succeeds than versus the Falcons and their rushing attack with Bijan and Tyler. And Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter, I think, is going to be asked more to be that prototypical game manager.
You think?
Yeah, where Jordan Love, I think, he's been in that city. He's been in the system before for 3 seasons now. He's going to take shots.
Don't you think Green Bay wants to run the ball more?
They will. Yeah, I think they do. I do.
That's maybe why they parted with Rodgers, because he don't want to run enough. He's checking out probably. Checking.
So what? So
they're
Ritter's
calling
going to have
a hell with that. We're calling.
So Ritter has a better season than Jordan Love. That means Jordan Love really did not have a good season based on our predictions on the show tonight.
Yes, I agree. What about Trask or Baker? You could throw them 2 in. Who's having? I'm still going with probably Ritter, and that's bad.
I would go Ritter over one of those 2. I think
Ritter has a better opportunity to finish the season than those 2 together.
I think Baker. I think Baker's prone to turn the ball over. That's going to be a problem there.
Yeah.
I think Green Bay runs. So, Greg, I think that Green Bay runs it through both running backs. I think that to me, I think if the Green Bay is smart, they just run the fucking ball.
That's exactly.
Throw it from time to time. I mean, that's a team that can get by probably winning games with only throwing 150 yards a game.
Jordan Love will be exposed.
Yeah, like they could want to run the ball, yes, without question. But again, it has to translate into first downs. It has to get them onto the other side of the field. So I mean, I don't see it. I think we're going to.
Aaron should have stuck it out one more year.
I think we're going to be surprised with Jordan Love and how much they actually do take shots.
You think?
I think.
I'm calling Green Bay.
What's the over/under on Jordan Love's interceptions this year?
Big draft. Big draft. Give us some big props. Big draft.
So big draft. So he said Aaron should have stuck it out one more year, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers would have. I think he would have retired.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Aaron Rodgers has been screwed over by that team so many, and he put so much on the line for that team. He did so much for that team, even though there was he was drama or whatever. Like,
yeah, when they let the
Rodgers, he did fucking everything for that team. I'll tell you right now. I think McCarthy didn't do. I don't think McCarthy coached his way into a Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now, if he didn't have Rodgers out there making a lot of calls, I don't think that.
I agree. Rodgers ran that team. That's the only reason they were good.
Wait, so in other words, Mike McCarthy isn't winning the Super Bowl this year with Dallas?
Not with Dak Prescott. Sorry.
Are you kidding me? That's
I like Dak.
That's what they're talking about.
What's the over/under on Dak Prescott's interceptions? Again, 10.5. Take
10
the over.
Yeah,
I'm taking the under.
I think it's about
Take
10.
The over. Don't take the under. Dude, he's already thrown interceptions in practice.
I don't care. I got a gut feeling
so bad that line.
This is a gut feeling this year. You got Brandon Cooks out there getting a number 2 corner on. This is the best.
The only way the under hits is if he doesn't finish the year again.
Fields is 29-5. Hold on. Wow.
I'd take the under maybe on that too.
Well, Fields is throwing for over 29.50. That's only, what do we say, 235 yards a game. That's nothing. For 4,000 yards.
Well, 4,000 yards is ridiculous. No, especially since no Bears ever done it.
Greg,
he's doing it this year.
If we want to compare what Aaron Rodgers was in college to what Jordan Love was in college, Aaron Rodgers was also talked about being the number 1 overall pick. I don't think Jordan Love ever was.
Look at this flashing across our ticker.
I have no
news out of Southern California. Breaking.
What's up?
Cup looks like he might have gotten hurt.
Oh no!
If Cup got hurt, that's really too bad.
Again,
I don't have a lot of shares in Cup.
Yeah, me too. The Rams are done if Cup got hurt.
I have no shares.
I'll tell you right now. Puka. I took Puka. Puka is somebody I've been targeting on a lot of drafts. If you can get him late, Puka, he's going to be that number 2 receiver on that team.
Ramondre Stevens only 900 rushing yards, as in not going over 1,000? Huh? Come on.
He'll get 1,000, but Belichick runs 2 backs. He hasn't done 1 back since Corey Dillon. That's the only bad part. Ramondre's the man, but Belichick won't feed him enough.
All right, here comes. I'm sorry, Don P. Here comes the news from Sleeper. Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp left practice early Tuesday with trainers and did not return. Head coach Sean McVay did not have any updates.
Ooh. That's not good.
Training camp.
Yeah, a lot of these guys
Garrett Wilson has a low ankle sprain. Don P, I bet you Doc's coming on any minute now.
Guarantee it.
Any minute.
He's probably on as we speak.
So, another team that Dalvin was looking at was the Patriots, right?
Right. I can see him going there.
So right now, I think
he wants more ball.
Well, the thing is
Dalvin's smart.
Yeah,
he's
he is.
playing the whole entire AFC East against one another.
Yes, and he wants the ball to himself. He don't want to share it.
He's playing every team against one another for the better contract.
Well, I mean, I feel like if he goes to either the Jets or the Patriots, he's going to be sharing.
I agree.
If he goes to Miami, he's probably not going to be sharing. I'm going to tell you, all 3 of those running backs there are not going to take away.
They can't handle the load anyway. I love Mostert, but he can't stay healthy.
Jeff Wilson can't stay healthy.
Same thing, actually.
We don't know what he is really yet.
Right.
He could be good.
Yeah, well, we know what he is.
Yeah, he's a rookie running back.
Third fastest guy on the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the third fastest guy on the team.
You could be the fastest guy on the team and just be a returner.
I like who was it? Scott Engel was telling us that running back down there in Miami, the rookie they got. What's his name?
Devin O'Shane.
Yeah, Shane. Yeah, sorry, my friend. That's the one I'm interested in him a lot.
That's the one with the upside.
How good was Devin Hester as a receiver?
He was pretty good.
Oh,
wait a minute. As a receiver?
As a receiver.
I thought you said returner.
Yeah, I thought you meant returner.
As a returner, he was awesome, right?
No.
Fastest guy on the team. That was your
As a receiver, he sucked.
Okay, so how do we know that A-Chain isn't going to be, somebody that just sucks in the NFL, but he's a great returner.
We just know how their team is built.
I just like the opportunity. The opportunity is what I like. I don't care about 177 pounds. That's nothing. It's going to be opportunity. Them backs are always beat up in Miami. Always beat up. He's getting on the field.
Their offense is predicated on speed. Bang, 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 bang.
Take the under on Mac Jones. Mac Jones, take the under on that shit.
Take the way under on that easy. Lamar, take the under too, because he's going to be hurt. Doc told us that.
No, Doc gave us more than that.
More than that.
I don't know. I don't have any shares of Lamar now. Or I don't plan on it.
Yeah, I haven't planned on it either. I was at the beginning of the year.
I told my brother-in-law about that, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I told him.
I don't want nothing to do with him now.
I told him to keep his mouth shut.
I'll just take the Ravens running back. That's all. Give me Dobbins. That's all I want. Ravens are finishing last. I told you that.
I'm staying away from that team now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, so if Lamar's gone, who's the backup quarterback there?
The one you should have picked up.
Is it still him?
Yep.
Huntley,
the one you picked up, but we told you to get Purdy.
Yeah,
it's not Joe Flacco.
Oh, they could bring Flacco back. Maybe win a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Huntley, man. I'm telling you, in FF7s, if I would have took Brock Purdy over Huntley, I probably could have won a championship.
That would have won you that championship right there. That one move. We tried to talk
for 10 weeks, and then down goes Andrews and Lamar. It's like, that's the worst.
Rashad Bateman.
No, don't even talk about Rashad Bateman.
Ugh. Not even drafted.
Right, you want to talk? Why did I draft him? Because it was the 14th round. I don't know.
I don't even want him.
That's worth
a wasted pick.
No. You want to talk Zay Flowers?
Was it who was it?
Joystick that he's being called? Joystick? Let's talk Zay Flowers.
That might have a little bit of value, maybe, because I'm not a fan of OBJ. I don't think he's got anything left.
OBJ, the only thing that OBJ has is the experience of a playbook, and knowing where to be on the field at a given time, at a given spot, at a given point. That, I think, is the only thing that OBJ has over Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman.
It's just been how many years since he's been good, though. So I'm done with him. I'm kind of, when I get to a guy like that, if you haven't had a good year in 2-3 years, I'm over.
Like we watch games, right? And we see receivers run their routes, and it looks all really, really good, right? But we don't really know if one of them made a mistake on the field. Only those guys know. And I think rookies are prone to make these types of mistakes that cost them snaps. Not necessarily significant playing time, not necessarily all of them, but I think it costs them time on the field. So is Zay Flowers going to be that guy? I don't know. I don't know. I don't wish that on him, but it's possible.
Right.
Possible. Do you remember?
And before you, I'm sorry, Jesse. Before,
no, go ahead. Go ahead. If you got something, go ahead.
Right. I don't have that feeling with JSN for some reason. I don't have that feeling with JSN, but anybody else after that, for some reason, it's possible. I don't know.
So you guys, do you remember Tyler Johnson?
Yeah, was he with Seattle? No,
he played with Tampa. Do you remember him?
Yeah,
a lot of people were hyped about him coming out of college. A lot.
I picked him up one week. He had a good 1 week.
A lot of people were hyped about Tyler Johnson coming out of college.
I don't even know the name.
Out of college.
How long ago was this?
92, fat guys.
3 years ago, 3 years ago, right? Played with Tampa. He had an opportunity to come out. He had a couple of decent games, but he never really did much. Tyler Johnson played for so he came out of Minnesota. Another gopher wide receiver.
You keep saying that though.
Go back 30 years, and tell me any besides
Eric Decker. Eric Decker. See?
And he went to school with Decker, and he's not even trying to get him on a show yet. This man graduated with Decker. They hung out and
what's the matter with you?
Together.
Dude, what's wrong?
Yeah, he went to school with him.
What does that have to do with anything?
Do you guys have lunch together?
They hung out in the bathroom, smoked a
couple. We never hung out ever. I might have watched him from the sideline once or twice.
This would be a DM right now to him to say, "Hey,
I'll tell you right now, my brother-in-law has a better relationship with him because he got tossed to the ground by him in a basketball game.
Who does?
They have a better relationship just because of that.
Doesn't matter. You just say you idolized him since you went to school with him.
I didn't idolize anybody. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not high on fucking what's his name for the Ravens. I'm not high on them.
I'm not high on anybody.
Zay Flowers, I think Zay Flowers has probably the best opportunity, fresh out of college, but it's still gonna be Mark Andrews. He's gonna be the one. It's gonna be him.
It's gonna be Mark Andrews.
It's all good.
And it could easily also be Isaiah Likely as a 2.
Oh, I like that.
They can run 2 tight ends.
I like that also. And we don't normally agree, but I like that.
You're hoping Odell has a Christian break.
You two don't agree a lot?
Not when it comes to players, no. Not really. There's Patrick Peterson, by the way.
He sucks.
Patrick Peterson and Latrobe.
He's getting a little old. He's making me nervous.
Where is he at now?
He looks about the same age as the commentators.
Oh yeah, now I remember that. When I saw that, I was like, "Hey Pat, have fun with that." You're gonna be pissed off when he's drafting easy picks.
What's he gonna play? He's gonna play nickel.
This is why the Steelers are gonna be great because
he dropped.
Pickens is gonna go great. Pickett, all of them. DJ, all of them. Defense, we're gonna give up a ton of points on the back end. We got a rookie corner and we got an old man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't trust Patrick Peterson with a baby. If I was to hand him a baby, I guarantee he would drop it.
What's he, 34?
He looks like he's old. He looks like he's old.
And I love Joey Porter Jr. Great pick, but he's a rookie.
I like that pick too.
And he's gonna get beat on though. He's a rookie. They're gonna throw at him all day.
Alex Highsmith, dude, he just keeps getting better and better.
Joey Porter Jr. You
gotta have his dad back on.
We gotta get him and his dad.
We have to believe in the pedigree there. Right. I mean, I would. The only reason why I believe in Marv Jr.
Right.
or Asante Samuel Jr., Patrick Surtain Jr. All these guys are great. Look at their pedigrees.
Exactly. Sports Highlight wants to know who
he
we
says,
should
hi, I
go
was
pick
wondering
5.
who I should pick at pick 5 overall in 10-man PPR league. 1.05. So if this is so it's PPR, nothing special. Okay, is it tight end premium? Is it 2 QB or super flex, or is it just pretty much standard?
It looks like it's pretty much standard.
It's not Cooper Kupp anymore.
Yes, you're right.
At 5, yeah, I'm taking Kelsey. I like exactly what Greg says.
Yeah, I would take Kelsey there. Unless one of them elite backs fall, but because somebody decides to jump a bunch of receivers early.
Yeah, so one QB league.
Standard.
Yeah, standard. So when we talk about standard just means non-PPR or anything like that. That's usually what standard means. But
feel comfortable.
So if it's just one QB league, probably 3 wide receivers or 2 wide receivers, 2 running back. I'm going to assume 1 tight end. Nothing crazy fancy, any scoring like that. I still think I'm going to go Kelsey at 5. And Greg and I were on the phone talking about this earlier, and the reason for that is positional scarcity.
Yes.
What the difference is between what Travis Kelce scores and the next tight end on the board.
But now, what if somebody took Kelsey? What are you taking?
If somebody already took Kelsey, that means
Jefferson or something like that.
Top 5. These are your top 5 players, probably. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, and maybe even Bijan. Bijan might be in that top 5.
I would put him up there. Wait, are we believing the hype in camp right now?
Yes.
I don't think that has to do anything with camp. We already said we know what the hell he was in college.
If CMC fell to the 1.05, I would do that.
Yeah, if CMC falls to you there, I'm not touching Jonathan Taylor. I know. Greg, you're all anybody like that. I'm not touching Jonathan Taylor.
I'll take Jonathan Taylor late in one.
Yeah, Eckler could fall there. Eckler is somebody that we already know that loves to help people with their fantasy teams. So that's somebody that is fun to get because they're out there playing for your team. Tyreek Hill could be good. We know. So the only thing that scares me about Tyreek is his off-field stuff. But other than that, Tyreek also came out this year and said, I'm shooting for 2,000 all-purpose or 2,000 receiving yards. So if he does that this year, that's a huge steal.
He was on pace probably before Tua got hurt, right?
But he's already had issues off-field this year.
Yes.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's what scares me about people like that. If it's just a redraft league, if you can get anybody I named in that top 5, I'm good with it. Because I think that if Bijan Robinson can get you 1,600 all-purpose yards and let's say 10 touchdowns, I think that's a smash.
That's a big smash.
Also, I mean, like you could go up, get Bijan Robinson at 1.05, feel comfortable knowing that you're going to get a solid receiver on the way back in a 10-person league.
Definitely. I'm really excited about Bijan at 5. If you get him there, I'd run to the board.
I mean, if you get Bijan, he's a first-round pick regardless.
And people, I still hear people saying, "Oh, he's a rookie. You can't take him that quick." Oh, yeah, you can. They drafted him that early for a reason. Good luck, sportsman.
Yeah. I think at the 1.05, you're going to have – it's only a 10-team league, too, I saw it. I mean, in a 10-team league, you're going to be able to build your team however you kind of want.
Yeah. Well, then I really like Kelsey in a 10-team league.
I agree with that, Greg, in a 10-team. To me, I feel like there's a lot of receivers this year. A lot of people that aren't saying that they're as deep, but I think I disagree.
Yeah, you're always going to find one of them on the
in the Scott Fishbowl, I went quarterback, and then I went 3 running backs. And then I got another quarterback, and then I got – who was my receivers? I think I got Calvin Ridley, Ayuk, and who the hell was my third one? I mean, my receivers were decently fine at, 6, 7, 8.
I agree. You can wait on
against the green. I could tell already.
Oh, here we go. Gibbs will outscore Bijan.
I think there's an opportunity.
It's not that crazy.
I think that Detroit. Crazy. Yeah, well, it's also a homer pick for him. You got to remember that he's a Detroit fan.
Oh, so there's bias.
Big Detroit fan.
There's bias. Come on.
I think that Gibbs is great.
Come on.
I think that he is great, but I also think that Montgomery's going to take some of that away.
Is Greg sitting on that big couch right now?
Yeah, he's sitting on the biggest couch possible.
Big Montgomery fan, as a matter of fact.
Yes. Now, what if you got Bijan in one and you come back with Gibbs later?
So in the second round, I think I might still grab a running back in the second round. Let's answer this question real quick. He said if you got Kelsey in the second round, would you grab a receiver? And so, like I just said, I think that it just depends on. So if this is full PPR, I still think that you can get running backs in the second round that are either receivers and running backs, and still find receivers later. There's in a 10-team league, you're definitely going to find out. I'm going to build my running backs up because we already know what happens to running backs, right?
Right. They're going down.
It happens every year.
I'll tell you what, in a 10-team league, I'm just constantly taking the best player on the board, whether I need him or don't. Because there's going to.
I'm also going to say the same thing. I agree with that. Let your draft fall to you. You can go into a draft with a plan, but that plan can fall apart quick.
There's going to be a lot of availability in 10-team league.
Best player available. Let that fall.
Also, the Sports Spotlight said that the league was standard. Does that mean no, it's not PPR?
No. He already said it was PPR. That's why.
Yeah, he did say PPR.
I literally just talked about that.
I thought I saw that he said standard.
Yeah,
he did, but he said PPR.
And then right after that, we talked about that. I said most people will say standard, and they don't understand. So
but he did say PPR.
I think what he just meant is it's one QB because he said it was PPR.
Yeah, and it's not tight end heavy or none of that stuff.
But I still don't come from that tight end school that you or Greg subscribe to based on scarcity at the position. I just don't. I'll punt on that position. And
you punt on the position if you don't get.
And I'll stream it, and I'll stream the you know what out of it all season long, and it hasn't failed me.
So Travis,
I put up.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So with Taysom Hill that week in Scott Fishbowl.
No,
the dog DM me and he's like, "Is this you?"
Taysom Hill is a best ball tight end.
No jokes aside, though. Whoever had him that week smashed.
Yes. How did you know to start him?
Because I had to.
You had to. There you go. Because you had to.
I don't know. I bet you.
But he had the most upside of anything available because I punted on the tight end and I was good with that.
Travis Kelce is a guarantee unless he gets fucking hurt. He's a guarantee every single week to put up tight end one numbers. Every single week.
The only thing that scares me about him is, what is he, 34?
Travis Kelce has been out of the last 8 years, 7 years. He's been the tight end one.
It's not just the age that bothers
7 years in a row almost. Tight end one.
He's due for regression.
He's due.
Everyone says that every single year.
I know the white boy with the age. That age.
He's due.
That age bothers him.
Okay, he still has Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. If I get him,
he's still the number one receiver on his team
by far.
And let me take it.
Number two.
Let me take it
as a tight end. He still finishes as a top 5 receiver in the NFL as a tight end.
Let me just take it another step further.
I want him over any other receiver.
You're right.
So,
5, right?
So
you're right.
I can't really go back more than a few seasons without having to check. But off the top of my head, so I didn't draft Kelsey at all, or a top tight end, and I streamed him. I lost last season in the quarterfinals. I know the person that did draft Kelsey didn't make the playoffs, and the person that won the championship had Mark Andrews. So, what could you decipher from that?
You're right there.
That person that had Kelsey wasn't very good at drafting.
Okay.
I think that majority, if we go back and probably look at the majority of teams last year.
He had Najee on that team.
It was probably a big majority of teams that won.
Well, I think I agree with I want Kelsey or I want nothing. I'll punt.
Justin Jefferson was one of the best receivers in the NFL last year, but guess what happened to him in the playoffs? When you were in your fantasy playoffs, he was one of the worst wide receivers in the NFL.
Right. Well, look, I took Cal Pitts 5 last year. Thought I hit the home run. No.
Anything can happen.
I made it to the playoffs and lost because I'm streaming tight ends at the end.
But you didn't invest the first round capital in Travis Kelce. There's a big difference there.
But I wish I would have punted.
My point was the fact that I just said that Justin Jefferson was probably the number 1 or 2 or 3 pick overall, and in your fantasy playoffs, he was one of the worst wide receivers out there.
Right. Yeah. So also,
KJ Osborne scored more points than Justin Jefferson in the fantasy playoffs.
Also, for context, when I speak on a league, it's mainly my main auction keeper league. So that's a little bit different as well. But yeah, no, Kelsey, I don't think was a first round pick in redraft either last year. So, but he is going for first round this season because of last year's number, because of last year's stats are baked into his ADP this season. Now you've got people like myself and Don P that are saying like we're waiting for him to fall off the cliff.
His regression is injury. That's his regression. That's it. He's
well,
only going to regress if he gets hurt.
Being 34 is gonna bring that.
Aaron Rodgers is 38.
Show me the last 34-year-old tight end that put up 1,000 yards receiving.
Okay, if you want to start playing
34,
that game,
I want to 30. I'm just saying tight end,
Henry.
just tight end. 34 years old.
These are what I like to call outliers. We want to get into outlier players. We can get into that.
Gronk wasn't 34; he was 33.
This is called being an outlier.
And then back to JC's point about Justin Jefferson. Of course, you drafted him probably right or first, second, third, fourth, somewhere in there, right?
Right.
And he didn't show up in the playoffs. But you know who did show up in the playoffs that quarterfinal week? Jalen Waddle. Where was he drafted last year? Not very high. So I mean,
right.
That's why we play this game, man.
Third round is pretty high for a rookie.
Jalen Waddle wasn't a rookie last year.
Second year.
But was he going that high? Again,
round.
I could always pick an auction.
About then.
Was he? I don't
know. Maybe fourth.
I think he kind of went later than that.
But you can. I mean, if you want to get into that too, you can talk about McCaffrey in his second year. I mean,
hell yeah, of course. But I'm just throwing it right back to you.
I'm just gonna say I don't think that Kelsey's losing a step unless he gets hurt. His confidence is so high, it's unreal. It's unreal. He's the number one target on that team.
Well, Kelsey looked small the other day, but then 2 minutes later, I said to myself, "Oh wait, no kidding, he looks small."
There you go.
He wasn't impaired. They weren't 34 when they put up big yards. They were 32 and 33. They weren't 34. That's the only difference. Show me a 34-year-old tight end that put up 1,000 yards. You don't got one. Gronk didn't do it. Gonzalez didn't do it.
If Gronk didn't do it, then I can't remember anyone.
34 is a big-time age. 33 is still monster. You hit a new cliff.
He just had his best career year at the age 33. So now all of a sudden he's just going to take this huge dip.
No, but I'm just saying eventually, 34, then what? 35, you're going to say he's going to get 800 yards?
I'm still – it's Derrick Henry. What's crazy to me is seeing Derrick Henry get drafted in almost the third round. That blows my mind.
He's still going to have to put up a monster year.
Just because of the crazy fluke injury that happened. I know that Greg will say the 370 rule.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to tell you about – this is what I go. Outlier. He's an outlier player.
Yes.
The only human – ever on the planet Earth, ever in history to run for 2,000 yards in high school, college, and the NFL. Ever in history. Only
he's one of the elite.
That's why he's the king.
That's called an outlier. Ever.
I'm with you on. I'm with you on Henry. I still have him in your league on the dynasty. I'm not looking to trade him. I'm winning now.
Yeah. See, I'm just. There's certain outlier players that are just either they're going to tell us. So
Kelsey's going to take them out as the outlier.
Injuries is going to take. That's it. Kelsey, if he gets hurt, he won't finish as the number one receiver or tight end.
So with the Scott Fishbowl, right? All those all the crazy scoring adjustments or changes that he made where it gives all the points to the tight end, And then you see some of those guys that put out the spreadsheets of all the points, everybody overall points adjusted from last year and now 2023 for the points,
right?
Each position. And Kelsey is right up there, number one, leading every player above quarterbacks. What are the chances of this really happening?
So if you go back and look at the statistics, he finished as the number 3 or 4 overall, even with the high quarterback scoring. And like I said, when we talk about it is true, positional scarcity is true. I want to say right now,
of course it's true. It's not something that we know it's true.
And that position has a big drop.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. I was also talking about this to Greg. In the Warrior Bowl, if anybody got into the Warrior Bowl, it's also a tight end premium. I think it's 1.5 points per catch per tight end. Hold on, just let me talk. 1.5 points, I think, for tight end. And the difference between Kelsey and whoever the next tight end was at the end of the year was 200 points. That's a lot. That's a huge difference.
That is huge.
The difference between quarterback and the next quarterback is nothing like that. Nothing. Not even close. Maybe 30 points.
But how
at any other position, it's like very, very close. 200 points.
How likely
that position right there? That alone says why? Because he catches a shit ton of passes.
No, I didn't say why.
He scores a lot of touchdowns.
How likely is it to occur?
Where it's occurred 8 years in a row. I mean, almost 8 years in a row.
I'm starting a 34-year-old curse. He's 34. I'm done.
Then you're the one putting the curse on him.
I'm putting. Hey, if we got a 370, I'm going to have my own 34-year-old curse. I'm not into it. I like this. He's asking about the stack.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to draft Kelsey until he goes down. And we've seen him. He's gotten injured and still finished as a 1.
You're right, but
you also
this isn't Brady. We're not talking
hear that
Brady.
Henry got hurt.
Like Brady, I'll take Brady all the way till the day he retired. I still got him on a roster.
Derrick Henry got hurt in week 8. Was it week 8 last year or week? Yeah, Derrick Henry was still the quarterback or the running back 1, I think, until week 11. He was hurt for 3 weeks. He was still that good.
He was that good.
I'm just saying, there are such things as out. Derrick Henry would have broke so many records if he would have kept playing. And that was a fluke injury. He stepped up.
He is the elite of the elite, and that's what he is. He is the elite of the elite.
On somebody's foot, broke his foot.
Right.
Fluke injury.
Your boy's asking about stacking Mahomes with Kelsey. I like it, but not in a 10-team league. In a 10-team league, I'm waiting forever on the quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially a 1-quarterback league, I'll wait all day.
Take the outlier on Kelsey and wait. You can. You saw today. I was kind of upset with me taking Trevor. Like I could have waited and got Geno to the stack way later.
Right.
Well, who knows? In the 10-team league, you could probably get Mahomes in like the 6th or the 7th round.
Yeah, now if you're getting that, I'm jumping.
Possible. I mean, I'm just saying.
Home league, dude.
Yeah, it's a home league.
Now, this is a home league. Probably Mahomes is going to go in the 2nd or 3rd round.
I'll wait and take Daniel Jones in a home league like that and win just fine.
I seen Daniel Jones just went really, really late in the
next. Talking about Kelsey.
You could take Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins and play the matchups in a 10-team league.
I'll check the last 8 years, Greg. I'll definitely check it. I don't see Kelsey as done piece.
I agree with this too. I like that stack. I like
Greg's an old man. He's still believing in the old guys. I'm done.
If you can get there's still people that are not high on Ridley. I still think Ridley can be somebody who can come back. Week 3, 4. When you can probably get Ridley in the fifth round, maybe. Like I got Ridley in the 6th, 7th round, I think, in the Scott Fish Bowl.
He's gonna have a monster comeback here. Might take him a week or 2 to get going.
I think it's like week 3 or 4 he starts to shaping up. That's just my opinion.
But my opinion on Kelsey, he won't get 1,000 yards this year. That's my opinion.
It's only going to happen if he gets hurt.
I wasn't suggesting it that far.
I'm saying he gets hurt. He's going to miss about 4 games this year.
Let me see here.
4 games.
Oh, we're going to look this up and then we're going to get out of here because
come back to me on this. Put some kind of bookmark on this. I know Greg will.
I got it right here.
All right, good. He's
missing 4 games. Here, but I don't think Kelsey's going to have the season at all. But
the injury is what's going to hit. It's going to hit him.
All right. So the last time Travis Kelce had less than 1,000 yards was in 2015.
Okay.
He played 9 games that year.
Yeah.
Or sorry, he played 6. He was still tight end 9.
What happened to him?
Okay, so let me tell you right now. Travis Kelce in year 1, he only played 1 game. He was tight end. It doesn't even matter because he only played 1 game. Okay, after that, 2014, 2015, he was tight end 9. After that, 2016 through 2020, he was tight end 1. 2021, he was tight end 2. 2022, he was tight end 1.
He's not scoring 12 touchdowns.
No. Antonio
Doesn't
Gates,
matter.
what did he do when he was
Yeah.
33? How'd he look? He looked like a bag of turd.
12 touchdowns.
He wasn't the same guy. He's not going to be the same guy.
Bookmarked.
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 Not the
He's
same
not,
guy.
he's not even scoring 12 touchdowns.
Nope.
Okay, so 12 touchdowns was his most he's ever scored in his career. That was last year.
That was last year, yeah. So I should expect him to have the same season in touchdowns.
Chelsea will come out and score like 3 in week 1, and then he'll be hurt by week 5.
And he'll be off for 4 weeks.
Yes. You guys will all be bragging that
In
he's the best.
2017, he only scored 8 touchdowns, and he was still the tight end 1.
800 yards will still be lead all tight ends. Yeah, but you're going to use a first-round pick on a guy getting 800 yards and 8 TDs. Let me
Thanks,
know
big draft.
I don't.
Yeah, let me
I
know your
just
team
don't
ended up.
see it.
Let me know your team ended up, Kellogg.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Who else is he gonna throw to? You're gonna say that
Sky
he's
Moore. We're gonna be sky high on Sky Moore.
Sky Moore. There's
100 targets left from Juju out there, and they're not going to Kelsey.
There's several receivers that could all wind up, stepping up and being impactful. There's another tight end on that team.
Yeah.
So
Under the
Mahomes
radar.
throws for less than 4,500 yards in this year.
No. He's still going to throw for 5.
No, he's
not gonna be
not.
Kelsey.
If Kelsey's not, no.
He's got plenty of people. These guys will step up. You're gonna be waiver wire picking up receivers in KC all year. It's gonna be run week 1. Week 1, you're gonna be waiver wiring to pick up any guy that breathes in KC. That's
I
gonna
like
be the
Justin
biggest.
Ross too, but you got to think about that.
Yeah.
That neck injury was really bad.
As soon as you see Kelsey going down,
Sky Moore, Justin Ross.
Yeah.
Like I said, the talent there is there with Justin Ross, and he wants to work really, really hard. But you have to remember how bad that injury was with him.
Right.
That neck and spinal injury.
What about
If he gets
Pacheco?
hurt, if he
How many
gets
balls
hit
he
one
catches?
time, dude, in the wrong spot, it's done.
He's not going to catch the balls, but
No.
McKinnon will.
McKinnon, there you go. McKinnon's going to catch 80 balls.
Or Clyde
Edwards.
Edwards.
McKinnon could have 100 catches this year in this offense. Easy. With Juju gone, all they're going to do right now is double team Kelsey like you've never seen until somebody else steps up. And it's going to be Sky Moore.
That's how it was last year. They didn't have anybody else to throw to either.
This man's 34.
Last year,
3,
Kelsey's
4.
best year. Last year was Kelsey's best year, and he was the number 1 receiver on the team.
And
number
I love
one target.
And last year's old numbers. I want to talk about now. That has been. That's
Okay.
has been.
All right, Pat. We're gonna take this. We're gonna do another bet on air right here. If Kelsey plays 16 games, well, I'm gonna do the same thing that he said. If Kelsey,
Well, he's not playing 16.
games,
We want to bet on. I'm not betting that. I'm betting he don't play. He don't make it 16.
Well, he
That's the
has
bet
to
I'm
miss
on.
some
I'm
time.
not taking that bet. Can't bet on injuries. That's something that's so hard to bet.
Well, he ain't making 16, so I don't want to make a bet on anything. He's not making 16. Of course, if he makes 16, he's getting 1,200 yards. He's not playing 16 games. Not going to happen.
So your bet is he won't finish the year.
He will not. He'll finish. He might miss 6 weeks, come back and finish the year. He'll be back for the playoffs. They'll get through him, milk it out. He's missing 4 to 6 weeks this year. Easy. It's going to be disgusting. You're going to be everybody's going to run to the board. You with me? See,
I am.
I got my soldier with me over here.
I am. I didn't know we were
If
taking
Kelsey
it
goes
this
down, they're
far,
not making
man.
the playoffs. I'll tell you that.
Well, that could happen. That could very well happen. Miami, jump aboard Miami train. Then 2 of
You're
you
gonna hear first. Patrick Mahomes ain't making the playoffs.
No, Kelsey's not playing. He
Yo,
won't make it past 12 games. 12
that'd be
games
really,
top.
really good for the league, by the
Go
way.
draft Noah Gray.
I don't
There's
see
the
it
Get
happening.
first.
There's the tight end.
That'll
No
everybody's
way.
after as soon as Kelsey goes down.
Greg says over under 12 games. You say he's gonna miss 6 games, so then it would be under.
I say he's missing. He's going to play about 12.
He's going to be listed as 4 to 6, but
Yeah.
let's split that
Playing
5
12.
games.
He comes
5
back
games.
early and plays with the what's gonna get hurt? What's he gonna get hurt?
His feelings because he's old.
Oh man.
Oh, you're so funny.
Oh,
I just don't see it unless he gets. I mean, if you're calling the injury,
See, this is what makes me and Kellogg disagree a lot, and that's what makes him good. Yeah. Kellogg likes to throw his numbers, and I like to throw my guts feelings, and my gut tells me he's not going to make it. He's my plant my flag on. He's not making it guy.
I'm a gut guy too.
Patrick says Patrick's do not draft list. Kelsey is right at the top.
He's there. I think you draft him early, play him, and trade him,
and then get rid of him.
Get rid of him and get the bank for him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to my normal draft strategies and principles. I don't ever take a tight end that high ever. So why am I gonna? I'm not gonna.
I never have either.
What happens if you draft him in the first round? He goes down week 1, comes back week 4 or 5, like you said,
and it's over. He's not going to get 1,000 yards.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to trade him then. So I'm just trying to.
That's a good point. Yeah. So maybe
you could trade. No, you
just avoid him altogether.
You'd have to wait. You'd have to wait longer. You have to hope for him to have put together.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I love it. So who's the number 1 tight end then? It's not Kelsey.
It would be
Mark
Hawkinson.
Andrews.
I'm going
Mark Andrews.
I would go Hawkinson over. I mean, Andrews is still the tight end 1, but Andrews is still tight end 1 on the team, but you're talking about potentially Lamar Jackson maybe getting hurt or not doing well. So you're betting on Huntley making him that. So to me, if we're talking up Kirk Cousins and this whole team being an air yard team, Hawkinson to me being the number 2 targeted tight end in the NFL after he went to the Vikings.
Playing a full season with this team.
He's my tight end 2 this year.
Me too.
Playing a full season, he should have a really good season.
Now there's the tight end you're getting in round what? What round you getting Hawkinson in? And he's going to get 1,000 yards and 10 or 12 touchdowns. There's your league winning. There's your league winning tight end right there.
And there's the point right there. And that's the point.
There's the point made. You got him in what round, and you're getting 10 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards.
I'll go find the next Evan Ingram.
Exactly. Lock it up. That's a championship. And let you have Kelsey.
Kittle's is a good one.
I'll have a pity party with you when you got Kelsey.
Greg says Kittle.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one that you're going to be able to get in the middle of the draft. In the middle of the draft.
You want mine?
Yeah, let's go.
He plays for your team.
Oh, Freiermuth. I thought you were going to tell me that guy from
that's somebody that you get. That's somebody that you get in the second half of the
I have Freiermuth finishing the year as a tight end 5.
I love it. I told you I'm not a big fan.
The targets last at the end of the year. Like I feel like Freiermuth, and he puts up like numbers. He does.
What do you have? 800 yards as a rookie or something?
He's good, man. He's good. I like Patty Freiermuth. The Fryer, baby.
This is why we wait on a tight end. We brought you along. I'm happy we brought you with us.
I mean, I think you can get another guy too. Another guy you want me to? A lot of people are fading on.
Welcome to the trophy season.
Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet was the number 1 target almost on that. I think he's probably the number 1 target on that team last year.
That's all he had.
That would be another good player.
A lot of people are fading him
tomorrow.
I got him in the Scott Fish. That was my tight end 1.
You can get him very late. You can get him after Kincaid. You can probably get him after Laporta.
Yep.
Like you can get him, and he's somebody who's probably going to get a lot of targets.
Definitely, and some touchdowns too. You got DJ Moore out there now.
Yeah,
that's taking away all that pressure.
I mean,
great call on that.
Mooney's not going to be somebody that.
That was a great call on that one.
Hawkinson has never had 1,000 yards nor 7+.
Well, we're talking about now. Here and now, Hawkinson played in the league. What? How many years?
2.
2 years. We're talking 2 years, and now you're whining he ain't got 1,000 yards. Holy cow! Really? Jeez. Next year, Greg will tell you got to take Hawkinson.
If you want to fade tight end, if you really want to,
you want to win your league, take Hawkinson in round 1.
I ain't taking Hawkinson. No, I think you can get Hawkinson in like round 3.
I said next year, Greg will be telling us to take Hawkinson in round 1.
Next year, Hawkinson is tight end 1.
He said 5 years. No, I agree too. Though, like with Kelsey, it's different. He was a tight end 1 for what, 6 years in a row.
Yes.
Then the tight end 2, then the tight end 1. So I mean, at that point, it's like it's been proved a point. Hawkinson still got to prove that point. I mean, Mark Andrews, we've been drafting him how many years in a row as a tight end 2?
You're right.
because we know that he can put up those numbers because the amount of targets he gets. Targets equals opportunity. Opportunity equals fantasy points.
You're right.
Mark Andrews has been in the league only 4 or 5 years.
That's it.
That's
so
it. He's been in the league about the same amount of time as Lamar.
Yeah. So how many championships have you won with Kelsey on your team? How many championships? Yeah, every one of them. How many do you have under your belt with Kelsey?
I've had Kelsey maybe 3 times in my life in a couple of different leagues. I think every year I've had him, I've won a championship.
Okay.
But it's only because
he had those
I'm not having to worry about either streaming or having 2 tight ends on my team. You're only 1 week you're worried about dropping somebody and picking somebody up to play.
Yeah, for only 1 buy. Oh yeah, that's my point. He is.
I mean, streaming is fun. So to me, is if you miss on Kelsey, Hawkinson, or Andrews, I mean maybe Kittle, but after that, I'm probably punting on tight end at that point.
I like that.
Looking maybe later, like if you can find a Komet later, or like I'm even kind of excited about about Mayer. Having Mayer on the team because they just OJ Howard just got dropped by that team. The only other competition is Austin Hooper, right?
I love that.
So and I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people are comparing Mayer to fucking Gronkowski.
Wow. So look at the targets.
The amount of times I've heard that name compared to that's not something that's
that's not thrown out there just for shits and gigs.
Laporta, the opportunities that he's going to have. With Jameson Williams being out, Nostra being down now too. Like for the first 6 weeks, like the opportunity is sky's the limit with him.
The only bad thing with tight ends is rookie tight ends don't seem to hit right away though.
Pitts did. It can happen. It can happen. It's just opportunity, right? Who was really there when Pitts was it's just
that's why I drafted Pitts kind of early last year. Thought, oh my,
I can't remember the last time this amount of them.
Like I said, opportunity is key for points.
This early, right? When's the last time all these tight ends went in the first round or second round?
A lot of people are high on Kincaid, but he's a dynasty pick for me. Like if you're in dynasty, yes, I'd rather. But I'm gonna tell you, in year 1, I'd probably rather have Laporta or Mayer.
Right.
Opportunity. Kincaid's fighting with. He's fighting with Diggs. He's fighting with.
If you're in a redraft, you're not even drafting him.
Dawson Knox is still there. Dawson. Everyone's still so off at Dawson Knox, but he still did pretty decent last year.
Right.
So to me, it's just like the opportunity of him is less there.
It's down the road.
Everyone's so fucking hyped about Kincaid. Would it be crazy to see those 2 tight ends finish higher than him? No.
Redraft, you're not taking him?
I've got Laporta in Scott Fishbowl.
Well, I like that. I'm saying Kincaid. I'm not taking Kincaid.
I just took Kincaid tonight.
Well,
it's only because of where he's
going. Just because
of draft cap.
Thing. No.
Just for where he's getting in drafts, where he's going in drafts. That's the only reason.
Right. Yeah, and you're taking a flyer. I guess that's part of the punt on the tight end deal, and just hope something sticks. Right.
There's other players I'd rather have. Like I already told you, I'd rather have Komet. We've seen what he can be.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's close up shop. We've been going for a while, so appreciate everyone showing up.
Later, guys.
2.5 hours been rolling.
Oh, when I finally got on, getting better at this.
Hell yeah.
That's all right. We'll have fun with it.
Exactly.
Once I figure it out,
I told you.
I kept going on the other damn page. Wasn't on the right site. I was
always repetition.
Yep.
Remember tomorrow, Pat. Podium.
Let's go. I'm trying. I'm hoping. I'm gonna start pumping everybody tomorrow so I can get as many people on as possible.
And Greg, remember we're gonna have an awesome guest on tomorrow, so come hang out.
Greg got a show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Greg's on a show tomorrow.
So I
think it's earlier though. So, but anyways, we'll get out of here. Appreciate everyone coming on. If you guys want to stick around a little bit after the show and kind of talk a little bit before we get out of here, I'd appreciate that.
I gotta get to sleep, man. I've been up
just real quick.
All right,
y'all. Appreciate everyone being here. Let me get the outro going real quick. Peace.